So we're about to go. There's a traditional roar. Neagle's going to start in the centre on Wallace. Watson being picked up by Robertson. There's a beautiful bounce by Neville Nash. Payton gets the first tap down. Attempted kick off the ground by Hawker. Big Payton goes after it, following the ball up, putting his body in his Buckenara. Umpire Smith said the ball was held to him, and he'll bounce it just outside the centre square, coming towards the wing. Play underway, 15 seconds in the 83 grand final.
No private battles elsewhere on the ground at this stage taking place. Good.
Umpire Kevin Smith bounces the ball. It's Payton against Madden. Madden gets the tap down, but it comes down to Hawker. Hawker kicks Essendon into attack up onto the half-forward line. Danaher misses the run of the ball, but skillfully picks it up on right half-forward flank. Screws the ball around in the Kink direction, and Kink will mark. No, he can't quite grab it, but it's Kennedy there for Hawthorn in defence. Spears the ball towards Tuck, clears his head. Picking it up is Eade. Eade breaks the tackle, but then he's tackled again by Merritt. The ball near the boundary line. There's been a whistle on play, and there is a free kick to Neagle. And Neagle, right half-forward flank, right in front of the member stand, has the free kick for Essendon. He kicks to half-forward, looking for Kink again. Fisted away from him by McCarthy. Off the hands of the back to Williams. He was claimed by Kennedy. It's like volleyball at the moment. Eventually picking it up was Robertson. Gets the hand pass to Eade. Eade to half-forward. Oh, Matthews and Knights collide when it was either one's mark. Coming through strongly was Essendon. Players are just throwing themselves into the pack. And there's going to be a free kick, and it's going Hawthorn's way.
Carey of Essendon.
Is it going to Carey, is it? Oh, Carey doesn't look well. Immediately gives the hand pass across to Weston for Essendon. And Weston in the centre of the ground. The high punt kick to half forward. Plenty of leapers there. Danaher comes out of the pack. Ayres picks up. Gets the hand pass out to Kennedy, who's got a fit of the fumbles, but he recovers well as the ball comes out of defence to Mew. Mew from half-back flank kicks wide to the outer side as Brereton leads in the race to the ball. Can't quite pick up the bounce. It's pretty tough out there at the moment on the outer side. Wingers Wallace picks up his kick up into the half-forward line. Buckenara and Foles. Buckenara goes down, and there's a free kick. And it's going Buckenara's way against Folds. I think that was too high, that tackle.
It was.
Folds has picked up Buckenara. Bradbury's picked up Brereton for Hawthorn. Buckenara's down and almost out as the leaders from Schwab, and he takes the mark at half forward. Buckenara in the hands of 2 or 3 trainers. I think Judge will be on.
He's in trouble, big trouble.
There's the kick right to full forward. Byrne has got 3 to beat. Walsh is back there on him, coming through strongly as Eade. The ball is kicked off the ground. The boundary umpire said he'll throw it back into play. Buckenara in big trouble. I didn't see it.
What happened to Buckenara? I don't think there was any contact, was there?
It's his knee. He fell awkwardly. Looks like a knee. You think you're right. Byrne contesting over the head of Tuck. Chance for Carey. Comes out to Bradbury for Essendon. He kick smothered off the boot. Bouncing back towards the centre. Neagle runs at it. Grabs it. Gets a weak hand pass away, but Bahaj is there to tidy up. He hand passes back to Neagle, who hand passes quickly to Bradbury. They know they're the Bombers. Picked up by O'Halloran for Hawthorn. A hand pass to Knights. He's at centre half forward. He fires well off line, and it bounces just inside the line. But I heard Ian Robertson say the ball's pretty hot. And there's a little bit of pressure on Essendon today out there, Robbie Walls.
And the doctor going out to Buckenara.
A lot of the Hawthorn players going in very hard. Some good hip and shoulder bumps.
Throwing in the left forward pocket. It's Walsh gets the tap down. It's very dangerous now as players fall on the ball. That was Brereton trying to trap the ball, but the Essendon defence superb. Then forcing the ball back over the boundary line. Good defensive play by the Bombers. There's the throw again. It's Byrne over the top, but the Rovers aren't there. Walsh tries to break clear. Chance now for Byrne. He shows pace for a big fellow, but the kick was only a half-distance one, and a good mark in defence by Foles running with the flow of the ball. He immediately kicks to the outer side of the ground where Weston makes plenty of space. Chance now for Essendon to attack out of defence. The long kick by Weston. It's a beauty. Ayres is there. Oh, Ezard goes up in front of him, but Ayres is too big and strong and takes the mark. Ayres immediately plays on, kicks to half forward where he'll find Tuck. Madden into the back of Tuck, and Tuck will get the free kick right at the edge of the centre square.
His pet distance Tuck will just about kick this.
He's a bit far out.
Buckenara in agony as he's being carried off the ground. Judge waiting to go on. There's the kick by Tuck. It's a long kick, but it's offline and through for a behind. But the first blood on the board to the Hawks. One behind at 1 point, and that's at the 4-minute and 16-second mark of the first term.
Judge on. Buckenara off. Ball out wide to Foles. That's will be Judge's opponent from the kick in. Loveridge chasing. There's the kick from Foles at half-back, backing towards the centre. Watson and Weston there, and it's Weston taking the mark. It's a knee from Buckenara. We've got the message from Nick. The hand pass from Weston to Madden. Madden up towards half forward. Here's a good spoil again. Down to O'Halloran. Comes back to Ayres. Ayres the quick hand pass to McCarthy. That's a bit of a surprise packet on to Kennedy. Kennedy on the tuck. Hawthorn running the ball well out of defence. He has one bounce. Puts the body in. Does Robertson very nicely, thank you. The kick over the head of Matthews. Carey drops the mark. Out comes Byrne. Picked up by Walsh. He's well tackled, but he recovers very well. Left foot kick out of defence out towards Watson. Wanting at it is Schwab, and he does well. He knocks the ball forward. In comes Wood. He's caught. Takes plenty of time to get rid of it. Too long, says the umpire. No, it's out of bounds for a throw-in.
Have a look at 2 umpires out there, not only the field. It was well out before that call.
Boundary throw in wing and half forward out of side. Madden gets a beautiful palm down, but straight to Wallace. Wallace sharking the hip down up towards Matthews in front of Carey. In there in support is Byrne. Free kick to Walsh of Essendon. The umpire said he held on. Quick hand pass from Walsh to Foles. Foles kicks it towards Van der Haar. He takes a good mark, diving to the ground on the outer side with O'Halloran just a little bit away. There's the kick by Van der Haar in towards half forward. Out comes Kink, kicked off the ground by Kennedy. Back towards the centre, knocked forward by Madden. Chance for Ayres to push the ball down. He does. Kennedy comes through strongly. Free kick to Hawthorn. It was Kennedy playing on Kink and doing well. Grab without possession of the footy. Players calling for it on the members' side. He goes back and goes round the outer wing.
Kennedy kicks to half forward. The lead from Knights, and Knights sticks his tail, his posterior out, forces Weston out of it. Knights in front takes the mark, kicks up into the half forward line. Coming out is Carey. He misses the run of the ball. The chance now for Matthews. He lets it go for Eade. Eade, the quick stepper, has a shot for goal, but the mark's been taken by Loveridge. He plays on and kicks a goal. A little nudge there by Hurt, but he's through, and the first major score of the match on the board to the Hawks, and it's Hawthorn 1-1-7. The Bombers yet to score. That's at the 6.5-minute mark of the first term, and I think Nick might have a report on the boundary.
Yes, Buchanara in a lot of pain. Definitely his knee is gone. The doctor asked for some morphine, so he's in a lot of pain. They've put an ice pack on, and he's just been carried off into the dressing rooms on a stretcher. I don't think he'll take any further part in the game.
Perhaps the understatement of the year, Nick. Thank you. Good start by Hawthorn here, Robert Walls.
Yeah, it's a good start. That was great play by Eade. He got the ball under pressure and a left foot kick put it right in the goal square.
Hawker kicks wide towards the outer wing. Schwab is over there, but he's got now Tuck in support. His long hand pass goes on to Robertson. Robertson spears the ball out to Loveridge again. Hawthorn running it well. Loveridge close to the boundary line. Puts it in towards full forward. Judge over the back when he couldn't have gone up. Should have, as Carey's under a lot of pressure. Burns got it held to him. Play on's the call. In the goal square. It's forward. A chance for Tuck as he pushed over. The umpire won't pay a free kick 10 metres out from goal. He'll bounce it.
Was the one there?
Yep. Who said yes?
Me.
Thanks, Clark. The unbiased former Melbourne under-19 star, Clark Hansen. The ball is up in the goal square. Chance for Byrne again. Pushed out here towards Watson of Essendon. He goes for a quick hand pass. It's good. Comes across here towards Bradbury. The left foot kick from Bradbury looks even better to Bahagia, who takes the mark at centre half back. Fakes the hand pass. Now he comes back onto his right boot. Bahagia from centre half back kicks long straight down the ground. Danaher the target, knew the good fist away. Kennedy in support, backing up superbly. Want the hand pass, then O'Halloran Shepherds. Kennedy spears it out wide, looking for Tuck. The ball bounces just in front of him. He does it pretty well. Gets around one now. He's pulled off the ball, and Tuck will get the free kick over there on the outer wing for Hawthorn.
Well, hasn't Michael Tuck been in everything in this opening minutes of this game? He's one of the prime movers for the Hawks. Kicks long up into the half-forward line. Matthews and Carey. Good play there by Carey to fist the ball away. Comes off the pack, comes down to Wallace. Wallace a high kick up into the full-forward area. Judge is there, folds in front, and Judge has taken the mark. Oh, well, Folds was in front.
Beautiful judgment by Judge, wasn't it?
Oh, it was magnificent judgment by Judge. We're poets and we didn't know it, Douglas.
I
But
think
Judge,
that Foles might have been a little bit casual about that attempt then.
it's Judge. He'd only be around about 5 to 10 metres out from goal on an angle as he comes in off the left boot. He's hit the post. Hit the post. Score 1-2-8. That's Hawthorn. Essendon yet to score. 8.5 minutes gone this first term.
Carey for Essendon puts the ball back into play towards the grandstand side. Robertson up high. Interference to Madden. He'll take the free kick at half back. Hawker being tagged by Eade or vice versa. Madden has it at half back, and Judge coming in from the side will be penalised round about 30 metres. Now Madden up closer to the wing to take this free kick. He has the ball now near the point of the square. Onto his left boot it goes. Ayres is in front. Takes the mark. If not a mark, it's a free kick. Could be a bit of a problem for Essendon. He goes for the hand pass. Across to Schwab. Schwab goes out wide looking for Eade. He cleverly knocks the ball forward towards Judge. Judge under a bit of pressure, and Foles is content to push it across the line. Hawthorn a 1-goal-2-8 leading Essendon, who haven't scored. 9.5 minutes gone in the first term of the 1983 grand final. Boundary throw in between wing and half forward, northern stand side. That's Hawthorn going to the Richmond end, Essendon to the main scoreboard in the first term. Wallace has the ball on the bottom of the pack. Umpire Smith comes in and calls for a bounce.
Right on the wing, but maybe favouring Hawthorn, but there's the bounce as Payton comes in front as Madden gets the tap down, but it'll be a free kick going to Madden as Payton interfered with the big Essendon ruckman. And Madden walking quietly back now as Bradbury sends the foot pass to him. Now Madden looking to play on, looking further afield now. The high kick, not a very good one, dropping short. The chance for Merritt. Over the back was McCarthy. Merritt plays on, grabs the ball, but there's a push in the back, and the free kick is going to Watson. One of the prime movers in the Essendon side. Immediately gets the lead from Kink, and Kink judges it beautifully as Ayres went the wrong way. Kink knew where he was going, and Kink has marked it half forward, right in front of the members' stand.
Bit of judgment by Watson too. He knew where to put it. Ignored a couple, Van der Haar included.
Rene Kink, who can kick goals from a long way out, and this is a beautiful kick. He allowed for the breeze, and it drifted back through for the 6 points to the Bombers, and the difference now only 2 points. Hawthorn 1-2-8, Essendon 1 straight goal, 6, and we've played just on 11 minutes this first term.
Well, that's their first sortie or saute forward. Good result after 11 minutes of play. Hawthorn have been continually in attack, and that Essendon back line has done well to keep it to 1-2 so far. Good game of footy, good clean stuff.
First time the ball across Essendon's half-forward line as Madden gets the good tap away. Going towards half-forward, King comes out, throws the ball across, knocked forward. In the road for Hawthorn is Wallace. The ball is pinned to him, and it will be bounced just inside the centre square. Hawthorn 8 lead Essendon 6, 11.5 minutes gone in this first quarter of the 83 grand final. Kink kicks the ball forward, up to half-forward, grabbed by O'Halloran. Hand passes out to Wallace. Wallace from half-back on the outer side. Swings it round looking for Knights. He's got about 3 to beat, and he does it, almost. Tapped away by Madden. Essendon coming out of defence. The hand pass is from Neagle to Bahaji. That was good play. The long kick Bahaji towards full forward. It's bouncing free. Ezard's there in the van. Got the opportunity. Down goes Ezard.
Very high tackle
by Mew. Putting his body in as Van der Haar. Picked up by Williams. Williams close to the boundary line. Screws it back in. Chance for O'Halloran for Hawthorn. He takes the mark. It's the quick hand pass on the running player Robertson. Robertson out in the direction of Knights in front, and he takes the mark on his chest. He's a running player. Hand pass to Wallace. Wallace puts the ball out in front of Judge, and he's got it. He takes the mark with Foles a couple of metres behind. Matthews leads. It's ignored. Go long to Byrne is the call. A long kick by Judge. Byrne comes underneath the ball. Knocked the ground. Chance for Tuck. He's got it in front of him. Gets it across towards Matthews, who's ridden into the ground. Play on's the call. Now the umpire will bounce it 20 metres out from the Hawthorn goal. Hawthorn 8 lead Essendon 6 at the 13-minute mark of the first quarter.
Pressure on the Essendon defence now. The bounce to take place just about 20 metres out from the Hawthorn goal. There's the bounce. Byrne gets the tap down. Tuck was grabbed when he didn't have the ball. Play on, says the umpire. Pack develops. Held to him, says umpire Kevin Smith. And there'll be another bounce. About the same place as the previous one.
Good call.
About 20. Pardon?
Good call.
About 20 metres out from goal. There's the bounce again. It's Madden. And Madden gets the tap down. Expected to dominate the ruck. Coming through is Knights. He's beset upon. There should have been a free kick there as he was put down, and Knights will get the free kick. In fact, it's Hurd being spoken to.
He was trying to have a little how do you do it Matthews, which would be a rather foolish.
But the free kick is with Peter Knights, the veteran and one of the keys to the Hawthorn side. Hawthorn 1-2-8, Essendon 1-6. Only 2 points the difference as Peter Knights comes in now. Oh, off the side of the boat. Might swing round and get it behind. It drops short. Nearly a Hawthorn mark. But in fact, good defensive play by that Essendon defence to force the ball through for a behind. So it's Hawthorn 1-3-9, Essendon 1-6 points.
Hurd kicks into half-back on the northern stand side. Eader's in front. Couldn't take the ball. It bounces. Not touched, was it?
Oh, yes, it was by an Essendon player before that, and Eid as well.
Thank you. Boundary umpire will throw it back in. Right in front of the players' race. 9-6 at the 14-minute mark of the first quarter. Payton and Madden. Madden gets it down to Neagle, whose hand pass only goes as far as Payton, who comes away with the ball. Kicks in towards the forward pocket. It's bouncing free. And it bounced before it went over the line, so it didn't have to be touched, and it will be thrown in by the boundary umpire 10 metres from the behind post. Hawthorn 1-3-9. I've had most of the play in this first term. And they're leading Essendon, who are 1 straight goal 6. Here's the throw in. Madden gets the tap down again to Brereton, whose kick is beautifully smothered off the boot by Watson. Matthews comes out with it, fakes the hand pass, goes back and has a kick in towards full forward. There's no one to kick it to except Walsh, who takes the mark, goes for a hand pass across to Foles. Foles is told to kick it to the southern stand side, but the umpire's going to bring play back. Pretty tough on Walsh and Essendon, because he was very quick to play on.
Well, what did he have to do? Kick across his mark, did he? Or in line with his mark?
I didn't see the umpire blow time on, Doug. I could have been mistaken. You reckon I've missed a few things so far?
Now it's Walsh who will go round the opposite side of the ground. That's round the member side wing. Plenty of plays there. Van der Haar over the back of O'Halloran. Fisted further afield by Brereton of Hawthorn. Coming through strongly was Carey. Quick hand pass to Bradbury under pressure. His kick towards the centre of the ground. Kick leading well up the ground. He can't control it, but Williams can for us, and he's in all sorts of trouble. He's tackled by O'Halloran. The ball comes down to Kennedy. Kennedy lines up and shoots for goal. And he's put it through.
Followed his man down. That man was Williams. Good play, Kennedy.
So that's a goal to Kennedy. Goal kickers for Hawthorn, Richard Loveridge 1, John Kennedy 1, and for Essendon, Rene Kink 1. Hawthorn 2-3-15, Essendon 1 goal 6, and we've played 16 minutes into the first term.
Yes, and I think there's one fellow out there wearing an Essendon Guernsey too has been a little bit surprised with the pace so far. That is Bradbury, and I think Williams then might have been a little bit flashy and trying to do too much. But the way was open for him. A little unlucky.
Great tackle by O'Halloran, and Kennedy following kick down did the rest. Hawthorn 15, lead Essendon 6, 16 minutes gone first term. The big thump is by Madden. Someone needs to run at the ball. They do. It's Ezard and Ayres. Knocked away. Chance there for Wallace, who gets it across towards Schwab, who burrows in towards Wood. Still trying to get the ball out is Schwab. Still running free. It's kicked off the ground. Chance for Loveridge. Thrown away, says umpire Smith, who was right there. It'll be a Hawthorn free kick. Going to McCarthy. Starting today at centre half back on Merritt. Surprised everyone. They did it well. He's kicked it out wide looking for Schwab. They'll make Wood run. He spoiled Schwab well, but Wood falls over at the crucial moment. This gives Schwab a free head of steam. He hand passes poorly towards Wallace. Down goes an Essendon player. Wallace knocks it forward, but in the road is Weston. What a grand defender he is for Essendon. Standing his ground. That's his second bounce. He's going round the southern stand wing. That's his third bounce. He goes with the left foot kick and he puts it out of bounds on the full.
That was the tackle and the pressure applied by that persistent Hawthorn player.
Robertson, yes, he's persisting and tackling pretty usefully. There's the kick back towards half forward. Knights up high, couldn't hold the mark. Chance here for Hawthorn through Brereton. He's got it. Gives the hand pass back to Knights. They're running the ball well. Knights has had one bounce, two bounces. Anything Weston can do, I can do better, said Knights, and Knights flies at goal. And he's offline and through for a behind. Two behinds to Knights. Hawthorn at 2 goals, 4-16. Essendon 1 straight goal, 6, 17 and a half minutes gone. First term of the 83 grand final.
Hawks have too much pace. Might be a bit of an understatement, but running them off their legs at the moment as the kick in from Foles to the member side wing. Payton leads in the race for the ball. Lost concentration there, couldn't grab it all. Williams comes through, cops one around the neck from Payton, and Williams will get the free kick as a little go at Judge, but he's got the 15 metres.
Had more than a go too. I think he threw a little bit of a left or a righty then.
Williams kicks to the centre of the ground. Van der Haar's there, spoiled by O'Halloran, down to Wallace, but his kick has been grabbed by Foles. Foles a long hand pass to Watson in the centre of the ground. Away go the Bombers now. Foles gets the ball, kicks over to the half-forward line. Ezard leads out, misses the mark. Coming through from behind his Ayres to shark the ball. He goes for a run, has 3 or 4 bounces, kicks up onto the half-forward line. Bradbury's in the ball, but he's tackled there by Schwab. The ball comes out wide to Neagle. Neagle gets the hand pass back to Bradbury. Good play by Essendon out of defence as the hand pass comes to Wood. Wood is too slow and has been tackled. Play on, says the umpire, as Wallace picks it up, kicks up into the half-forward line, and the mark has been taken by Schwab. Schwab immediately plays on, kicks to half-forward. Matthews can't take it on the half volley. Bradbury was in the way and copped one too high, and Bradbury will get the free kick. Left half-forward flank on the outer side of the ground. Hawthorn 2-4-16. Essendon 1 goal, 6 points.
Bradbury has the free at half-back for the Bombers. Left foot kick. Back in towards the centre of the ground. Essendon mark has been paid. Good strong one by Kink in the centre of the pack. Kink right in the centre of the ground with the ball for Essendon. Ball is kicked towards...
There's someone dropped cold over there wearing a red and black Guernsey.
Yes, the ball is picked up at centre half back by McCarthy. He's grabbed without the football.
And there's another box on. Here they come. They're a little bit late coming, but there's two nice bits going on out there. All starting from that Hawthorn player downing the Essendon player.
McCarthy's got the free kick at centre-half back, and he's just the boy to accommodate Danaher there. He wants to have a go.
A little late coming because it started off in good spirit. It was hard, tough stuff, but who likes to see it? I'm jolly sure I don't.
Anyone see what happened? McCarthy with the free kick. Back on the mark, the man is required to come. He's in the last line of defence. Watson was the Essendon player who went down with a little touch of sunstroke. On the southern stand wing at the 20-minute mark of the first term, McCarthy goes in short and finds Kennedy. Getting the Bronx cheer. Tuck makes nice position and takes the mark and gets crashed to the ground after he takes the mark. And there's no 15-metre penalty.
Wait a moment, there could be. Now, wait a minute, don't get too hasty about the business.
Well, there was no 15-metre penalty, Douglas.
There wasn't, Graham, you're dead right.
There's the kick by Tuck in towards half-forward. Byrne goes to knock it on. He does pretty well towards Matthews, who's looking for a free. Picked up for Essendon by Williams, or is it Ezard? It's Williams. He kicks it back towards the centre of the ground. Merritt comes in.
What a mark.
Yes, Merritt immediately plays on, kicks to half-forward. Danaher leads out, the ball drops in. Hughes there, but a great mark, Terry Danaher. Under a lot of pressure, but he was going to get that. A 15 metres penalty, and it brings Mew up to centre-half forward.
They're almost excited in this press box as much as some of those spectators. I think we better cool it.
Danaher comes in a beautiful kick off the boot, and he's put it right through the middle. And the difference is only 4 points as Merritt comes in and gives Danaher a hug. He skip a kinks there. And by gee, are we in for a great match here at the MCG. It's the grand final. We're 21 and a half minutes into the first quarter. Hawthorn 2-4-16. Essendon 2 straight goals, 12.
A lot of head shaking in this commentary box, Robert Walls. Umpires a little inconsistent at the moment with their 15 metres.
They certainly are. There was certainly no need for a 15-metre penalty there.
Well, Robert, we know that will cool situations, won't it?
There's the bounce. Madden gets the big thump forward. It's running through towards centre-half forward. Ezard comes out, grabs it. A quick kick into the forward pocket. Mew is in front of Danaher. The ball bouncing near the line. It goes over in front of the cricketers' race. And Hawthorn leads 16-12 at the 22-minute mark of the first term. Boundary throw-in.
The end of which Hawthorn are kicking would be favoured by the wind, wouldn't it?
Looks a bit that way. Bahagia knocks the ball forward, but only as far as Ayres. Ayres kicks it back towards Brereton and Bradbury. Down they both go. Out comes Carey in front of Matthews together, running strongly through the centre. Kicks towards half forward. The ball bounces well for Wood, but he's had it taken off him by Schwab. Schwab back to Ayres. That's good play. Back in towards the centre. Coming through strongly is Brereton, who did pretty well. Picks it up, hand passes to Tuck. Tuck with a left foot kick towards half forward. It's going to bounce. It does. Bounces all the way. For Judge, who's running in towards an open goal. Can he get there? He does. And he screws it through for a goal.
Beat everybody, that lovely
and the
running
umpire's
side.
blowing his whistle. If it's not a goal, it'll be a free. Free kick to Essendon. I do not believe it.
Well, we didn't know what took place after that run went down to Judge, that running football, do we? And probably Byrne would be the culprit.
May have been
there.
an illegal shepherd against Byrne.
Of course it was. That's all it could be.
He was grabbing hold. They're saying it was holding the man. Walsh has got the free kick in the last line of defence.
Right, Walsh with the... no, Walsh doesn't want it.
Hawthorn.
It's a Hawthorn free kick.
Oh, God.
And it's going to Byrne. Yeah, as Robbo's saying in the background, Judge must have missed the goal, and they've come back to see if they want the other kick. And of course, Byrne will take the free kick. He's directly in front, around about 25 metres out from goal. Well, here we come off the left boot. Byrne stabs at it. Well, look at the Hawthorn cheer squad. They've got the brown and gold banners up, and it's a goal to Hawthorn, and it's to Byrne. Michael Byrne, that's his first goal, and it's Hawthorn 3-4-22, Essendon 2 straight goals, 12. 24 minutes gone this first term. Big crowd of about 110,000 here at the MCG for this grand final.
Well, there's a lot happening out there, and much of it is escaping some of the commentators here. Pretty hard to keep track of it all, isn't it? But still, it's good, hard, tough football.
Byrne's gone into the ruck. against Madden at the 24-minute mark of the first quarter. Madden gets the big fist forward, but only as far as Robertson, running out of defence. He gets a left hook to the solar plexus, and the free kick will be downfield. And you saw it, Robert. I didn't say to umpire Kevin Smith.
Yes, he was tackled too late, and the free kick has been paid downfield.
Who was the tackle? Was it Nagel?
Yes,
It was Nagel.
Number 1. Nice little short left to the solar plexus. This is Knights with the free kick downfield for Hawthorn. Long, wobbly punt towards full forward, and Walsh is content to make sure it goes through for a behind. Hawthorn a 3-5, 23 leading Essendon, 2 straight goals, 12 just starting time on first quarter in this grand final.
That's 3 behinds to Peter Knights, as Carey has the job of putting the ball back into play, kicks the ball to himself, but the umpire indicating, go back. And started all over again. Kicks to the members' side wing, looking for big Simon Madden. Byrne is there to fist the ball away, tucks under pressure, comes over the top. Neagle's there, waits for the ball, dives on it now. Scrambly play. Umpire Nash comes in and says, I'll bounce, as Wallace and Tuck get off the turf. Hawker was there, and Neagle for the Bombers. So it's left half forward flank for Hawthorn as the ball is bounced. Byrne and Madden. Byrne gets the tap out into the open. Neagle's running with the flight of the ball, breaks a tackle, gets the hand pass to Bradbury. Good play, Bombers out of defence. The kick towards the centre. Schwab running with the flight of the ball. Oh, he saw King coming, took his eyes off the football, but Kennedy comes back now, gets the hand pass across to Knights. Knights infield to McCarthy. McCarthy's kick up into the half forward line. Bradbury misses the mark under pressure, but coming through strongly now is Folds. Folds kick into the centre of the ground. Van der Haar up high, couldn't mark it. Picking it up is Robertson, a bit flashy there, tried to get away, gets the hand pass away to Eade. Eade in turn to O'Halloran as Hawthorn worked the ball well out of defence. The hand pass to Byrne, who's got a bit of pace for a big fellow. Long hand pass across to Knights. Knights the kick, dropping short. Plenty of players leap up. Nobody can get it. In fact, it's pretty desperate as Walsh gets the hand pass out of the packet. Comes down to Brereton, across to Wallace. Carey was tackled Wallace too high, and there'll be a free kick to Wallace as he's lying on the ground, crawling across the turf, holding his head.
15-metre. Now, you're just going to check with the umpire, Clark, if in fact it was a goal. It wasn't, so the kick will go back to Wallace, who's holding his head, and he is, I'd say, very, very groggy. Dipper is coming around to warm up to go on. Hawthorn 3-5-23, lead Essendon 2 straight goals, 12. And Dipper would be breathing a little touch of fire, I would imagine, at this stage. Matthews is there as the Hawthorn doctor is out again. And Matthews is going to take the free kick as Wallace wasn't able to. Matthews left forward pocket, 35 metres out from goal, 65-degree angle. Puts it right through the centre. Thank you very much. 4th goal to Hawthorn. And Wallace breaks away from the trainers, enjoyed that a little bit, and Hawthorn moved quietly on to 4 goals, 5-29, leading Essendon 2 straight goals, 12, 27.5 minutes gone first term.
He made the most of his first opportunity to Lee Matthews, but the star up there has been Knights. He's been the dynamo on Hawthorn's forward line. Their backs have done exceptionally well too, and those infrequent thrusts of Essendon have been able to handle them quite well. Essendon's half-back line a little nonplussed, not playing as well as it has done.
Hawthorn leading by 17 points. Madden gets the tap down. Bahagia breaks clear, but he's tackled by Tuck. The ball goes on to McCarthy for Hawthorn. McCarthy kicks high up into the half-forward line. Loveridge is there to take the mark in front of Folds. Runs on, has too much pace. Kicks to the full forward area. Walsh reading the ball well, but he's beat by a fickle bounce. Good play by Paint to tap the ball into the goal area. Coming through was Brereton. He can't get it as the clearing kick comes out of the last line of defence. The ball free. Robertson picks up off the left boot. Kicks dropping short. Essendon mark to Bradbury. Second attempt. The Hawthorn forwards weren't in front. Bradbury immediately plays on. Nobody to handball it to. Now he gives it across as play moves well out of defence to Watson. Watson goes for a run. Has a couple of bounces. A hand pass into the centre of the ground. Essendon looking good now as Neagle kicks wide, looking for Van der Haar, who's metres in front of O'Halloran, and Van der Haar has taken the mark. Wood coming down from the wing calling for it, but the lead comes from Danaher. Mew is there. Mew can't mark off the hands of the pack. Comes down to Williams. Rezard, and Ezard's had a shot for goal and put it through.
Good scouting. It was quite typical, wasn't it, of the scouting of Loveridge early in the game. Just anticipated what may happen. It did, and that small Essendon player popped through the goal. Ezard. They've regained a little bit of composure, perhaps, the Dons, after this last hectic 10 minutes of first quarter football. A little late coming, but it certainly did arrive.
29 minutes and 20 seconds gone in the grand final, and Hawthorn lead by 29-18. It's an 11-point margin. Byrne is still rucking, nullifying Madden at that occasion. Wallace's kick is smothered, but it comes out as far as Eade on the grandstand wing. Eade goes with a wobbly left footer. Bradbury couldn't hold the mark. Payton is there, gets it to Byrne. Byrne hand passes forward to Brereton. Interfered is Brereton. He'll get a free kick. Hurd was all over the top of him, and he's within scoring distance, and it's almost quarter time. Go back and have a shot.
He's a bit towy. He should take a little more time.
Kicks towards full forward. Off the pack it comes. Matthews is not going to get there before it goes across the line and out of bounds for a throw-in. How about that win, Douglas? 29-18. Just over 30 minutes gone in the first quarter of the 83 grand final. Boundary throw-in deep into attack for Hawthorn. Down to Brereton this time. Left foot snap, right foot snap at goal. Behind. Very quick to get boot the ball there, but he was in the middle of the pack. It's 4-6-30 to 3 straight goals, 18. 10 shots to 3. The Hawks lead by 12 points.
Folds has the job of putting the ball back into play around the member. So, nice mark. Van der Haar over the top of O'Halloran. This is the fellow that Essendon would like to see moving well, as Van der Haar, half-back flank. The long kick towards the centre of the ground. It's just a little bit wide. A lot of pushing and shoving between Danaher and Mew. Coming out was McCarthy, dispossessed of the ball. It's pretty tough on the half-forward line as Ezard tries to get the ball away. Comes out to Byrne. Byrne, the quick hand pass across to Wallace. Wallace's kick under pressure along the ground comes to Neagle. Here's a forward move as Neagle gets it across to Williams with a hand pass, but the kick by Williams was a shocker. Straight to Ayres, and Ayres from the standing position kicks long up into the half-forward line. Comes through, taps the ball down to O'Halloran, across to Judge. Judge moving well off the left boot, kicks up there. Matthews is there, ball mark. Matthews read the ball to a nicety and has marked 15 metres out from goal. And good play by Brereton, who was under a lot of pressure, pushed the ball out wide. And Matthews has ended up with it now. He's right in front of goal, about 15 metres out. The skipper comes through, jabs at the ball. He's put it through for his second. Lee Matthews, 2 goals. Hawthorn now 5-6-36. Essendon 3 straight goals at 18. And we've played 31.5 minutes into this first term.
Got it.
Kevin Smith, who bounces nicely. Byrne and Madden. Madden gets the tap down. Chance for Hawthorn, but Kink is there. His hand pass comes out in the direction of Van der Haar, but Green is there, gets pushed over and tripped, still fighting for possession. Comes out to O'Halloran. He slips the hand pass to Wallace. Wallace back to Loveridge. Hawthorn moving it round the members' side. Loveridge looks for Brereton, who's outpointed Bradbury, takes the mark coolly. Matthews calls for it. This will test Carey. The ball is running free. Matthews has it in front. Carey knocks it across the line. Good defensive work.
David Mackay's just pointed out that Matthews is level with Kevin Bartlett as the all-time best goal kicker.
For Rovers.
For Rovers.
Neither of them have played as a Rover for about 10 years. There's the boundary throw in left forward pocket. Robertson was up that time. The ball's running free again. There's a chance for Loveridge. Siren time.
Hawthorn. Can Essendon come back in this second quarter? They're kicking to the scoring end, we believe. There's the bounce. Madden comes through, but there's a whistle on play and a free kick against Essendon for a centre square infringement. That's going to big Ian Payton of Hawthorn. The ball thrown back high to Payton. A 15 metres penalty will bring Payton right up to the centre. He doesn't take advantage of it. Brereton is there. Judge comes through and Brereton has taken the mark at half forward for Hawthorn. So a good start there for the Hawks. Hawthorn 5-6-36. Essendon 3 straight goals, 18. That's the quarter time score. And Brereton, I think, fancies himself. He's a long way out from goal. He'd be about 50-55 metres out from goal, but he's going back and he's going to drive it right into the teeth of goal. It's a high one. Dropping short, plenty of big leapers there. Tuck was up high. Off the hands of the pack. Bahaji goes through, cops one in the back and will get the free kick. The Budgie, he'll go into a pack. He's not afraid. The little fellow, perhaps the smallest player on the ground, in fact he would be, goes back in the last line of defence, gets the lead from Weston, whoops, and Weston pulls it in. Knight slips over, gives the hand pass across to Neagle, who's going to be in trouble, twisting and turning, nowhere to go. From the standing start, a high kick around the outer side. Payton comes back in, Merritt comes through, players throwing themselves on the ball. One of them is Wood. The hand pass comes out of the pack to Merritt. Merritt takes off. He's been quiet. Kicks towards the centre of the ground. Kink comes through. The ball being forced up to the half-forward line. He tries to get rid of the ball, but he was tackled brilliantly by King. An umpire that's indicating that he did try to get rid of the football.
I would agree with that.
And and King gets up off the ground. There's the bounce on half-forward line. Not a very good one. Comes to Ezard. Ezard tries to twist and turn through the pack. Falls over. Has been claimed. And there'll be a bounce. Not quite up to the Essendon half-forward line. Umpire Nash has the football. 110,000 thereabouts at the MCG as Merritt gets the tap down. Van der Haar couldn't quite trap it and get momentum up. Merritt comes back into the pack and falls over. And there's a Hawthorn free kick. And it's going to Ayres. I couldn't quite see what that one was for. It happened in the pack. Ayres half back. Kicks to the member side wing. Oh, over the top is Merritt to pull down the screamer.
Well, there was a bit of talk that he might have been left out of the Hawthorn side. He's earned his place so far. He goes for the long hand pass to Kennedy. Kennedy sees Robertson all on his own near the boundary line. He couldn't quite get there. Loose marking again by the Essendon defenders. And the ball's out of bounds for a throw-in at right half forward for Hawthorn in front of the members' stand. 36-18, 2.5 minutes gone, second term. Payton gets in front of Madden. Ball comes out in front of Woody, touches it for the first time, kicks it high, about 20 metres. Knights has got the chance. King comes in and takes the mark. Bit of a misunderstanding between Green and Knights. King at the half back. The Essendon half-forwards coming a long way down the ground. McCarthy gets in front of Merritt. Merritt still gets it. Beautiful hand pass to Hawker. Hawker puts it out in front of Danaher. Mew is there. Stands his ground. Does pretty well. In support is Eade. Coming in as Danaher. Free kick to Mew. Danaher tackling without the football.
We've got a message here. We believe that Buckenara has a snapped tendon in the left knee.
And a 15-metre penalty as the ball wasn't given back to Mew correctly. And so Danaher on the mark will now be at centre half back. Payton's running towards the members' side. He's got a chance. Wood is there. Over the pack it comes. Chance towards Knights. On the bottom of the pack is Watson. And umpire Smith comes in and calls for a bounce in the centre of the ground. Hawthorn 36, Essendon 18. 3.5 minutes gone. Second term.
Pressure football at the MCG as umpire Smith bounces the ball just wide of the centre. Madden's in ruck, gets another tap down. Wood can't run with it. He's tackled by Tuck. Both players hanging onto it. They won't let the footy go. And umpire Smith says, well, I'll fix that up. I'll blow the whistle and bounce it again. Just a little wide of the centre. Crowd murmuring. There's the bounce. Madden comes in, gets the front position, taps the ball down to the turf. The Rovers aren't there. Wallace is there, so too is Hawker. Hawker gets off the bottom of the pack, gives the football back to Smith, and we've got about the third bounce in about half a minute. There it is again. Close football as Madden tries to fist the ball a long way away. Robertson's in the way, kicks out of defence towards Knights, but good play there by Weston to spoil him. The ball rolling free. There's going to be a free kick, and it's going to Brereton. He was grabbed when he didn't have the football, just when Hawthorn were going forward. Brereton has to kick it long, goes back. The drop punt kick's going to be very, very short. Judge comes through. He was pushed out of the way. Folds stands his ground for Essendon. Kicks wide of the centre. The race is on between Eade and Hawker. Good play by Hawker. Only a hand passes out the open to Ezard. Ezard goes for a run, has 3 or 4 bounces. Comes up to the half-forward line, steers the ball at Van der Haar. He just has to turn around, though he doesn't. Hand passes to Danaher. And Danaher in the goal area kicks the goal.
A cool play by the 3 of those players. Little Ezard could have had the ping himself. It really showed a lot of coolness, I thought, in eventually doing what he did, which was quite effective, as it turned out.
And that's 2 goals to Terry Danaher. The other goal kickers for Essendon, Rene Kink with 1, Alan Ezard with 1. And it's Hawthorn 5-6 36. Essendon 4 straight goals at 34. So it's a 12 points lead to the Hawks at the 5.5 minute mark of the second quarter.
Trying to agree with you, Doug. I think that Richmond end is certainly favoured by the breeze, or it is the scoring end. There's the bounce. In comes Madden again. Gets the knockdown, but a chance for Merritt coming through strongly. Wallace on the bottom of the pack. The ball running free now. Neagle tries to kick it off the ground. Falls over. Comes back on top of it. And the umpire said he's going to bounce it just as Neagle got the ball out to a teammate. And that was a good bit of work that went unrewarded because perhaps...
Had a bad bit of umpiring.
He deserved to get a go. Well, perhaps Brereton blew a chance. Tuck was all on his own up there in the forward pocket before Robert, and he went the other side.
Yes, he didn't see him, which was unfortunate for the Hawks, and Essendon rebounded and got a very good goal.
Ball at half-back for Hawthorn on the southern stand side. Bahagia trying to barge his way through. Couldn't beat the pack, and Tuck will get the free kick for Hawthorn at half-back for holding the ball. 15-metre penalty because the ball wasn't returned correctly. Hand passed along the ground, perhaps under the ground. Tuck to take the resultant free kick and 15-metre penalty. Now it's Eade that says, I'll have it. Tuck's going to run. No, Eade says he'll kick it himself. It's a bit wobbly towards half forward. Payton's in front. Lovely fist away. This gives Essendon the opportunity. Neagle hand passes back towards Bahaja. He tries to get it. He gets a hand pass away, but only as far as Tuck, who hand passes up in the air. Payton will knock the ball out. This will give Wallace the opportunity. He's pushed off it. Van der Haar comes in strongly. Picked up by Neagle in the centre of the ground. Which way does he go? Back with a hand pass to Foles. Foles steadies. Will kick a bit further this time. Out in front of Ezard. That's a good kick. Ayres is equal to spoil. Robertson comes down. Great play again by Ayres. Robertson running through centre half back. Look at this. Brereton all on his own. Goals ahead of him. Over the top it goes. To Loveridge. Over the top to Matthews it goes. Matthews 20 metres out. It's the time. The steady. Left foot snap at goal. And he's missed.
In two minds, Lee was then. He could have operated on the action a little quicker, couldn't he?
Perhaps spinning back onto the right boot. 37-24. Hawthorn lead by 13 points. 7.5 minutes into the second term. Van der Haar's the target for most kick-ins. Neagle picks up. Does pretty well. Left foot kick. Back towards the wing. In front is Eade. Kennedy in support to grab it off the top. Kick it long in towards half forward. Van der Haar from the forward pocket's got to get his kicks at half back. Brereton's on fire. Got the ball. Tries to get it out the Knights. Only as far as Weston. Brereton still battling for it. It will be bounced. Right half forward for Hawthorn. At the 8-minute mark of the second quarter, Hawthorn 37. Lead Essendon 24.
Isn't Brereton playing a great game on that half forward line for Hawthorn? There's the bounce. It's Madden up against Knight. Madden gets the tap down to Ezard. Cool little fellow this Ezard as he clears the ball around the member side wing and will find touch. The ball just bounces over the boundary line. Member side wing for a throw in. Hawthorn 5-7-37, leading Essendon 4 straight goals 24 as Wood comes off and Clayton goes on. It'll be Merritt against Payton. Merritt gets the tap down, but it goes straight to Kennedy. Kennedy's quick kick out of defence has been marked by Neagle, who's roaming around that half-back flank. Give the hand pass to Williams. No, he twists around and kicks left-footed up into the half-forward line. Plenty of leapers there as the ball comes out of the pack. No one can mark it. Loveridge traps the ball, but just couldn't keep his footing and goes over the boundary line for a throw-in on the member side wing. Can Essendon get back into this game? They're only trailing by 13 points as Payton gets the tap down and fists it up towards the half-forward line for Hawthorn. The ball is just inside. Neagle traps it. He's claimed, pushes the ball out to Williams, but the ball was out of bounds as Williams kicked it as Eade and Neagle have a little go, and Neagle a gentle push in the face, and I think Eade is going to get the free kick.
That's right.
They won't wake up. Immediately plays on. Green is down there. He's been a quiet player, has Green, but he was tackled there by Ezard, and Ezard forces the ball over the boundary line for a throw-in.
Bad bit of interference against that Hawthorn player that went right under the umpire's eyes.
Knights gets the tap down this time, but Foles picks up, half-back flank, under no pressure, kicks around the member side wing again. Payton's there. Watson was also there. Robertson punches the ball further afield to Kennedy. Kennedy steers the ball to half-forward, and Judge takes the mark, skidding along the turf on his knees. Matthews indicating to kick it long. Judge goes back. The only player wearing sleeves. Now he's going to drive the ball right into the goal area. The man on the mark is Hawker. In comes Judge. The drop punt kick on the way. Oh, it's not a bad kick, but it's just offline and through for a behind. Plenty of distance there. Hawthorn could be frittering away chances at the 10-minute mark of this second term. Hawthorn 5-8-38. Essendon 4 straight goals 24.
Carey to put the ball back into play. Van der Haar the target every time they kick it in. That one's not quite going to get there. Also there is Madden. It's fisted out of the pack. Down towards Bahaja. Beautifully knocked by Ayres towards Tuck. Bahaja gets the hand pass out towards Van der Haar, tries to get through the pack, gets the hand pass to Neagle. Neagle cleverly goes back to Hurd. Hurd will spin the ball out towards Clayton on the ground for Wood. That's a good place to kick it out in front of a running forward, and the running forward Merritt takes the mark. He plays on, goes for a backhand pass across towards Weston. The half-back has a shot at goal, and he's put it out of bounds on the full.
That just about tips the scales, doesn't it, with those running backmen? A couple of them have missed.
Mew to take the free kick near the behind post. Essendon in attack. Mew plays on, and he's got to kick over his mark. There's a leading player, Loveridge, on the southern stand side, and Mew's told to come back. Loveridge still leads. Dangerous place to kick it, but he's taken the clever mark at centre half back. Handballs to Green, who, as Clark said, has been quiet. He draws a player, Hawker. Hand passes over to Schwab. Schwab kicks quickly towards half forward. Matthews comes out behind Carey. Down towards Tuck, the opportunity. He's got it. There's an open goal ahead of him. The ball will bounce. Bounce, bounce, still bouncing. It's a goal. Kicked by Tuck. Hawthorn, 6 goals, 8-44. Lead Essendon, 4 straight 24 at the 11.5-minute mark of the second term.
The Fryer, a great trier. Tuck at his best. Knew where they were.
Eid off.
Got a leg injury. Ead's got a leg injury. Clark for sure. He's not running freely. A handy goal, Robert Walsh.
Yeah, it's a great goal. Tuck read that play to perfection. The ball was kicked high into the forward line. He got in front of the pack, the only player, and he took it off the pack for a goal.
Hawthorn leading by 20 points. The bounce favours Paint, but he was too slow to get advantage of it. The ball comes out of the pack to Wallace. A whistle on play, and umpire Nash is going to bounce the ball. Hawthorn leading by 20 points at the 12-minute mark of the second term. There's a better bounce. Madden gets the tap down. Danaher's there. Clayton's using strength. Gets it out to King. Good play by Bahagia. Now he runs into a heap of Hawthorn defenders, and Bahagia will get the free kick.
The Essendon, the crowd have gone wild. Essendon have got a free kick.
Bahagia will run up to the edge of the centre square, steers the ball towards a leading player, but the man on his mark was Loveridge. He grabbed it, the ball up into the half-forward line. Folds is down there. He's been very steady, although sometimes a bit loose. Kicks to the outer side of the ground, where Schwab has marked. Immediately plays on with a hand pass across to Loveridge. Away go Hawthorn. Loveridge steers the ball half-forward, and Dipier Domenico has marked. Wide of centre half-forward. Robertson running onto the half-forward line. The lead comes from Matthews, and Matthews has marked. Hawthorn running loose over that forward line. Hawthorn 6-8-44, Essendon 4 straight goals, 24, 13 minutes gone, second term, and Lee Matthews with the kick. He's kicked 2 goals, 1 of Hawthorn's 6-8. Lee Matthews comes in now, the drop punt kick on its way, he stabs at it, and he's put it through the middle, and that's Matthews' third goal. Matthews' third goal, he's kicked 3 goals, 1. Tuck, Byrne, Loveridge and Kennedy are the other goal kickers. Hawthorn 7-8-50. Essendon 4 straight goals, 24 at the 13.5-minute mark of the second quarter.
He's possessing a very keen football brain as Robert Dipier Domenico, because Matthews led into about 3 different areas then on the pass which eventually found him copybook stuff.
Foles has been moved on to Brereton. And Bradbury's gone back into the back pocket on the Rovers. Tuck and Loveridge as Nash has the football. 14 minutes gone, second term. Bounce slightly favours Peyton. Madden need a nullify. Knocks on again at the second attempt. Loveridge overruns at Essendon. Take the ball forward. The hand pass goes as far as Kink, who's under pressure. His kick's not very far. Robertson's pushed over. Pack coming over the ball. And it will be bounced on the centre square line at the centre half forward for Essendon, who are 4 straight goals, 24, trailing Hawthorn 7-8-50. Hawthorn by 26 points, 14 minutes gone, second term. Madden gets it away. Chance for Hawthorn through Schwab. Dipier Domenico takes the mark as Cole to play on. Fires it up towards...
There's a free kick to Essendon. He was nicely scalped, was that Essendon player, by Judge. Hawker it was. The umpire saw that one, and he might be getting his number taken. Scalper. There's plenty of them here at the Scalper, I said.
Scalper, they're outside the ground before the game selling tickets.
There's one out there wearing a Hawthorn jumper too.
And Hawker has the free kick in the centre of the ground.
Won't cop that regardless of who's wearing it. The Guernsey I'm talking about.
Well, the free kick was as with Hawker, the high kick. It's Rainmaker up into the half-forward line. Ayres comes out, misses the mark, took his eyes off the footy. Robertson fists the ball over the boundary line. Right half-forward flank for the Bombers. And it's a Hawthorn 7-8-50. Essendon 4 straight goals, 24. 15 minutes gone in this second term, and the grand final has been action-packed. Merritt over the back to Bahagia, gets the hand pass wide towards Hawker, and the free kick is going to Green. I think that's for a throw.
It's a throw because he throwed it.
He throwed it. It's a free because he throwed it. And Russell Green, half-back flank for Hawthorn, kicks to the other side of the ground, looking for Tuck. Tuck marks and immediately plays on. Hand pass out the towards Judge, but he's under extreme pressure. The Essendon players there. Hand pass out to Bradbury. Bradbury runs into trouble, but shakes off the tackle, and he's
high tackle.
And a high tackle to Bradbury. Bradbury moves infield, kicks towards the leading Danaher, and Danaher marks on his chest, metres in front of Mew. Danaher from the standing start kicks high. He's looking for Merritt. Merritt gets the possession. 2 Hawthorn players spoil themselves. One was McCarthy. Good play by Robertson to get it out to Kennedy. Hawthorn playing like a team possessed. Kicks wide to Mew. Mew marks and then falls over. I think he was going to play on 2. That's why he fell over. Mew goes back, half-back flank outer side, the high kick, looking for Knights. Knights the mark. No, the man in front was Weston, and he immediately plays on. He's a very effective backman. Kicks up to the half-forward line. Plenty of high leapers for Essendon. Once Madden, but Ayre stays down and kicks to the other side of the ground, and the mark has been taken by Schwab, who's playing a superb game. We notice Copping warming up. The hand pass from Schwab to Mew running through the centre. Mew the high kick up into the half-forward line. Matthews up high. Mark to Matthews. Miraculous mark. Oh, he launched himself into the pack and has marked at centre half forward.
Marvellous footballer. I love him.
There's a lot of... here's Matthews' kick for goal. He's put it through. That's his fourth goal. And it's Hawthorn at 8-8-56. Essendon 4 straight goals, 24.
Well, who's going to be the man to do the job on Matthews? There's been about 3 unsuccessful Essendon fellows at the moment attempting it. But golly, did he get high then. A lovely ride up.
Doug, Weston's going back onto Matthews, and Van der Haar's been moved back onto Knights. I'd say Carey's off the ground, and Coppy's going into the forward pocket. Nick confirms that as this time it's Payton getting the tap down. Dipper Domenico runs at the ball, and in doing so goes over the top of Bahaja, and Bahaja's got the free kick. He fakes the hand pass, but there's not much space to go. He's got to go back with the hand pass to Neagle. Neagle from the centre of the ground, kicks straight down the ground. Fisted away by the Hawthorn defence down towards Hawker. He threads his way through the pack, finds Bahaja with the hand pass, but there's not much space. But he's found a teammate, Clayton, over there. Is it coming down the ground? Watson, Timmy Watson then. At half forward, and Carey's off. Looks like a wrist, shoulder or arm or something. Essendon Doc Bruce Reid going with him up the race. As Watson comes in, the drop punt is going to go to the goal square. And it's punched through for a behind. Desperate defence by the Hawks. And that's Essendon's first behind coming at the 18.5-minute mark of the second term. 8-8-56 Hawthorn. Essendon a 4-1-25. Hawthorn lead by 31 points as Ayres kicked in, tucked the target. Payton is there in support. Bahaja spoils. Free kick.
Obvious.
Tuck has it at half-back for Hawthorn. Judge is the leader. He's ignored. Wallace is a bit further. Good call, Scooter Coughlin, as Wallace has got it right on his chest. Oh, he's had his head removed from his shoulders again. That must be 15 metres, Douglas.
It is.
Talk about sly sniping. This is Wallace running just inside the inside wing towards Knights in front of Van der Haar. Good spoil, Van der Haar. Down the ground. Judge runs at it. Should be shepherded for is. Hand pass to Robertson coming down the ground. He fires lovely pass. Loveridge. He's got it. In the forward pocket. Great pass by Robertson. Onto the chest of Loveridge, just inside the boundary line.
He'll have a shot. He ignored Judge.
30 metres out from goal. Big Walsh on the mark. Loveridge kicked one in the first quarter when he took a mark and ran into the goal square. As Robert Walls will remember, he kicked one under a fair bit of pressure in the qualifying final at the other end of the ground.
Yes. A lot sharper angle here now, though.
Be a handy one. Just not quite enough, but a pretty good effort. Hawthorn 8-9-57. Lead Essendon 4-1-25. They lead by 32 points. 20 minutes gone. Second term as Van der Haar kicks in.
To the member side wing, Dippier Domenico's there, but it'll be a free kick to Watson.
Interfered.
He was hipped out by Robertson then, and the free kick will go to Watson, half-back flank, right in front of the member stand. Watson looking to get the running game of Essendon going. Billy goes off, breaks the tackle of Judge, runs diagonally across the ground. He's having a bounce, he's having another bounce. Gets the hand pass into the middle towards Williams. Williams over the top once again to Watson, but he's going to be trapped. No, he gets the hand pass away over there to Clayton, and Clayton couldn't get it over the boundary line for a throw in at right half forward flank out of side for the Bombers. But Timmy Watson determined to get his side going, and wasn't his fault. There's the throw, and it'll be Danaher and Mew. Coming through strongly was Wallace. Another kick off the ground into an Essendon player, but eventually picked up by Tuck. He's kicked wide to the centre. Dippier Domenico runs at it. Tries to fist the ball further afield. Coming in there is Neagle. Van der Haar goes down. A push in the back, and the free kick will go to Van der Haar as he was shepherding Dippier Domenico. But it might have stopped the run-on game there of Neagle as Van der Haar lopes off. Kicks towards half forward. Danaher's his target. Mew is there. Backing up well as McCarthy as he breaks through the pack. Kicks wide to the wing. Dippier Domenico. Good play by Van der Haar to fist the ball away. And over the boundary line, put between the wing and half forward for Hawthorn. Hawthorn kicking towards the main scoreboard end. Hawthorn 8-9-57, Essendon 4-1-25 at the 21.5-minute mark of the second term.
Hawthorn with 2 injured players, Buckenara and Eade. Merritt rucking for Essendon, gets the ball forward, but Wallace is there. He hand passes across the tuck. The bounce was fickle as Merritt knocks it back, but it only goes as far as Kennedy, who hand passes back to Wallace. They're backing up pretty well, the Hawks. Ball floating a little. Dip at a minute ago comes in front, but it's knocked away. Picked up by Hurd for Essendon. His hand pass goes to Foles.
There's a free kick to another Hawthorn player on the scalping move. Van der Haar, the recipient, and out comes the book. Michael Byrne. Doesn't matter. It's a long, hot summer, isn't it?
Free kick to Essendon at half-back. And it will be Foles with the football. Could be a case of if you live by it, Douglas, you might die by it. Foles
Be careful with comment like that. That's libelous, and Van der Haar doesn't. He's a hip and shoulder man. You know it.
22 minutes gone, second term. 57 plays at 25 in the 83 grand final.
And I'd be a witness too after that comment.
Brereton on the mark. Folds, kicks to the centre of the ground. Danaher the target. Mew one hand, he's got it. Pluck the one-hander out of the pack. Payton calling for it a bit short. Mew goes a hand pass to Ayres. Ayres kicks it wide. Loveridge is there. Bradbury's to spoil. Loveridge contesting. Clayton is there. Coming away is Schwab, who's a pretty fair player. He gets the hand pass across the Green. Green from at half forward. Kicks long and has scored a goal. Thank you. Useful kick at goal by Russell Green. And that's Hawthorn's 9th. They go to 9 goals, 9-63. Leading Essendon 4-1-25.
And I would suggest that Essendon is in lots of trouble.
23 minutes gone, second term. What can they do about it, Douglas?
Well, the air brakes are on and the flaps are down. They just won't take off. But still, Hawthorn have the reason for that.
Right, well, let's see what the Bombers can do. Hawthorn in full flight. There's the bounce. It's Madden in ruck. Gets the tap down cleverly across to Bahaji. Quick hand pass to Madden, who breaks the tackle. Kicks up another half-forward line. Copping tries to play the ball in front of him under pressure from O'Halloran. And the free kick is going Hawthorn's way to McCarthy. They waste no time for the Hawks as the hand pass comes from McCarthy to Robinson. Dipier Domenico marks in front of Neagle on the member side wing. Attempted to go for a hand pass. Oh, the kick's smothered by Neagle. Rebounds back onto the turf. Both players fall over. Tuck has it. Hand pass to Kennedy. Round the neck. Round the neck, and it's Kennedy's free kick. Goes for the hand pass to Tuck. Tuck the high kick up into the half-forward line. Judge is there. Judge marks in front of Hurd. Hurd on the boundary line. Went to go over. Play on, says the umpire. Bit of indecision there. There's another whistle on play. What's happening? A throw. Yes, a throw. And the kick from Judge went over the boundary line. No, from where Judge kicked the ball.
Right decision, Robert?
Right decision, yes.
We'll explain that. We'll get you to explain that at half-time for us. It's knocked down by Madden as far as Hurd. The ball back towards the centre, and Payton takes the mark, dropping a kick behind the play. Payton's wobbly punt towards half-forward. Brereton's outnumbered, and Madden takes... How many marks has he taken, Bruce? That is his first. He gets the hand pass across to Hurd, who went a little bit laconically with that, and the ball is kicked up towards the wing position. Williams is there, and it bounces away from him and over the line and out of bounds for a throw-in. Ball out of bounds on the grandstand wing. 63-25, Hawthorn lead. Payton is wrestling, gets the knockout. Neagle took his eye off it at the crucial moment. Watson has it, he's got it under his arm. He gets a hand pass away to Williams as Robertson slings him down. Williams kicks the ball back in towards the centre of the ground, and Mew outmarks Danaher. Knights is all on his own. He's got away from Van der Haar. He's got the chance and he's taken the mark. Good kick by Mew. They're hanging all over Knights. Knights just inside the centre square. There's Hawthorn players everywhere. One of them, Judges, could take the mark. He does. He's not outside the boundary line this time, umpire Neville Nash. And Judge at left half forward has the football for Hawthorn in front of Bay 21. Eade coming back on. Dipper going off for Hawthorn. This is Judge at left half forward for Hawthorn, kicking to the big scoreboard goal. The drop punt on its way. Looks all right for mine. He's put it through. Hawthorn 10-9-69. Lead Essendon. 4-1-25. 26 minutes gone in the second quarter of this 83 grand final.
Shut the gate.
Don't say it too soon, Robbie. What can Essendon do about this? Just try and hang on till half-time and regroup?
Yes, that's about all they can do. I'm very impressed with the Hawthorn back line, especially Mew and Kennedy and Green. Their run and play on is really first class.
That's a 45 points lead to Hawthorn at the 26-minute mark of the second term. The tap down goes Hawthorn's way. Here goes Schwab. Schwab picks up in front of plate and kicks up into the half-forward line. Brereton marks on his chest in front of Foles. Can give it across to Judge, but goes back now. Will kick long into the goal square for the Hawks. High kick, it's going to drop short. Plenty of leapers there. Knights was up high. Walsh is there for Essendon. Good play by Walsh. Gets the hand pass over the top to Hawker, who's in a bit of trouble. No, Essendon doing it well out of the fence now as Neagle that's Foles picks up, kicks into the centre of the ground, and Kennedy nearly the mark in front of King. Breaks one tackle, breaks another tackle, comes around, gets the hand pass wide to Green. He runs into Neagle, but gets the hand pass to Eade. Eade across the Judge. Judge from half forward can have a shot for goal, but the kick's not a good one, and the mark nearly taken by Brereton. No, it'll be thrown in. Was that Byrne down there, was it?
Brereton.
No, it was Brereton, and it's through for a behind. Hawthorn 10-10-70, Essendon 4-1-25.
Ball played to himself as that Foles running it out of defence for Essendon. He has a bounce and then kicks it wide. Good spoil by McCarthy. Chance for Eade. Close to the boundary line. He puts it back in towards Knights at centre half forward, and Knights takes the mark on his chest. In the forward pocket, Judge all on his own. Knights goes long towards goal. It's floating short. Byrne. He's taken the mark 15 metres out from goal, almost directly in front. Big Michael Byrne and Matthews came in and just to sort of let the Essendon defenders know they better give that ball back.
Badly rattled, the Dons, aren't they? Badly rattled. Being outclassed.
Byrne kicked one goal in the first quarter. He's now kicked one in the second, and he puts it right through the centre. And Hawthorn 11-10-76.
Bounce. Madden gets another tap down. It comes down to Merritt, who's been quiet, but he's been trying. Kicks up into the half-forward line. Danaher leads out, slips over, gets one in the back. Play on, says the umpire. Green breaks clear for Hawthorn. High kick towards Neagle. Knight sets himself. Spoiled by Van der Haar, coming through as O'Halloran. He falls over. Neagle throwing his body in. Good, clever play by Paint to get it out to Eade. Eade twists around Williams. Keeps going. Good shuffle there by O'Halloran. The kick up into the half-forward line. Matthews there. Good spoil by Bradbury. Comes down to Madden. Too slow. Gets the ball away. Loveridge from half-forward has the long shot for goal, but the whistle's gone.
Free kick to Essendon.
Free kick to Madden, I think it is, Doug, is it?
And luck's a fortune too, because he was certainly claimed. His handball went across to Loveridge, who got it down to Knights.
Neagle gets the hand pass from Madden, and Madden hanging on to Brereton shepherding. Thank you, Kev. Yeah, we saw that. Over the back it comes to O'Halloran. He spares the hand pass out to Robertson. Robertson gives it on to Green as Hawthorn players running free. Green finds one of them. Eade running past him will be Tuck. No, he just decides... the final siren.
It's nice to have the stocks up, and Hawthorn stocks and feathers are up as well.
Knights, 25 metres out from goal, a slight angle.
He's kicked it.
Puts it through the centre. Another goal to Hawthorn. That's Knights' first. And Hawthorn at half-time go in with a scoreline of 12-10, 82. Essendon, 4 goals, 1, 25. Hawthorn. King playing in the centre here for the start of the third term. Van der Haar back in attack, and as Doug said, Danaher in defence. There's the bounce. It's one out for Essendon by Madden. They go forward through Bradbury, up towards half-forward. The ball running free. Ayres overruns it. Bahagia knocks it forward. Chance there for Williams of Essendon. Oh, he gets the hand pass away out towards Merritt. Ball running free again. Hawker has it. A lot of pressure. It comes out to Merritt. Merritt out to Foles. Foles well down the ground. Has a quick snap at goal, but the only one back in the goal square is O'Halloran, and he takes the timely mark and finds Eade at half-back with that relieving kick. Eade is on the southern stand side. Eade goes for the long kick looking for Knights, and he's found him. Now they got to the stage, and there's 2 Hawthorn players, Wallace and Kennedy, calling for it in the centre, and Wallace will be the one who takes the mark all on his own. Undisciplined play as Wallace plays on. Matthews, the target. Hurd now has got the job of looking after the Hawthorn skipper. He wasn't too good that time as Matthews has a flying shot at goal. He's put it through! Oh, brilliant stuff by the Hawthorn skipper.
On the right line of the front line, his 5th goal.
That's his 5th, and that possibly is a slight task for Shane Hurd. Let's check the score. Hawthorn 13-10-88, Essendon 4-1-25. Not a bad snap, Douglas.
Not a bad score either at 13-10, 1 minute into the third term. Great player, Matthews. We've always said that, Graham. It's one thing we have agreed upon.
Well, that's now Hawthorn 63 points in front. I thought maybe Essendon may have had a little bit of momentum up in the early minute of that quarter, but Madden gets the tap down. The Rovers aren't there. Tapped over the back by Kennedy to Payton. Payton's awkward kick to half forward. Brereton tries to fist it across to Judge. He's got it this time. Hand pass to Schwab. Schwab half forward flank for Hawthorn. The kick up into the full forward area. Matthews. Good play by Hurd, but it comes out to Wallace. Wallace's kick was smothered. Comes down to Judge. Judge around in the circle. Kicks back towards the centre and finds Schwab. Schwab from half forward. Kicks across the ground. Hawthorn are fooling around a little bit, trying to open up play. But the ball across the ground to Kennedy, who's marked not quite up to half forward. He'll run out of the centre square. Kennedy, he's already kicked the goal, and he comes now. The drop punt kick on the way. It's got the distance. Has it got the accuracy? No. It just drops a little short. Hurd comes through, picks up for Essendon, quickly clears out of the last line of defence. Folds, dives at the ball, marks it, loses it, but he's been paid the mark. He had the control of it. Folds, right half back flank for Essendon. Essendon's leading kick getter. Kicks around the member side wing. McCarthy in front. Should have got the free kick, and he has for around the neck against Merritt. McCarthy on the member side wing. 13-10-88. Hawthorn. Essendon 4-1-25. McCarthy runs off. Kicks to half forward, but Big Madden's there, and Madden will take the mark. No, he's missed it, and it's been paid. Well, he held it long enough. The hand pass to Neagle. Essendon trying desperately to get their running game going. Neagle carries the ball up to half-back, gives it to Ezard. Ezard back to Neagle when he was covered. Neagle decides to kick long this time. Chance there for Copping. No, can't mark it. In the middle of the pack, O'Halloran to Payton. Payton's kick was smothered by Bahagia. Payton comes back again, gets the hand pass out to Wallace. Wallace, a high kick will be marked by Madden in the centre of the ground, and he's there all by himself. The hand pass to Danaher. Right in the centre circle, kicks wide, looking for Bahagia, and Bahagia is marked. Ayres coming down from the ground, allowed Bahagia to get away from him. Bahagia kicks into the full forward area. A chance there for Danaher, but spoiling play there by Mew, and the ball goes through for a behind. So it's Hawthorn 13-10-88. Essendon now 4-2-26.
15-metre penalty. The Essendon players not away from that kicking in area quickly enough.
Watson it was. Now it's Robertson running the ball up to Mew. A hand pass to Mew. A hand pass to Green. Streaming through the centre of the ground. Matthews the target. Hurd takes the mark. Good play by Hurd. He looks for Hawker in the centre and finds him. Hawker will take the mark and play on. He goes straight down the ground. The big fellow Merritt dropping back. But, oh, man, but a great effort by McCarthy in front to take the mark. Front man McCarthy. This has been a trump card move by Hawthorn to put him back onto Merritt or Madden. He goes wide looking for Eade, and near the boundary line Eade takes the mark at half back on the southern stand side. Tuck calls for it in short, but there's other players there. One of them, Wallace, comes in, drops the mark near the point of the square, but he runs into a tackle, gets the hand pass away. Chance for an interception. Bradbury caught with the ball and will be penalised. No, he's not. He was pushed in the backs of the umpire. And Bradbury has it for Essendon between wing and half forward on the southern stand side, and now has the aid of a 15-metre penalty.
Bradbury, the kick high. Let's see if the big flyers are there. Van der Haar's there. Oh, mark to Colin Robertson in the middle of the two big fellows. Immediately plays on the hand pass to Ayres. Ayres ambles out of defence looking for Kennedy. Wood comes on. Interchange done to perfection as Watson came on. Wood's on. As we just said there, as the hand pass comes out to Kink. Kink the high kick into the full forward area again. It's McCarthy. Madden flies high. Can't get it. Williams has a shot over his head. It's out of bounds on the full. Well, that was a little bit of shades of the early 50s when Healy and Adams were had that collision on the outer side of the ground, because Kennedy was leading out by himself, but Wood came off the interchange and stole the ball from him. There's the kick in.
Bouncing free out at half back on the southern stand side. Oh, Merritt got the fumbles. Chance for Hawthorn. Quick hand pass goes forward to Wallace, who's not favoured by the bounce, but he's got time to tidy up. Spares the hand pass out to Payton. Payton will give it on to Green. Great play. Green goes for a long shot towards full forward. Walsh drops back right on the last line of defence.
Interfered with. Get the free kick, I think.
And it's a rush behind a Hawthorn. I agree with you, Douglas. Rush behind a Hawthorn, who go to 13 goals, 11.89 to 4.2, 26, kicked into half-back on the northern stand side. Chance for Matthews. Hurt is there, slips over. Matthews comes in, the ball close to the boundary line, and it is now over as Foles pushes it across the line. Van der Haar and Madden in the last line of attack for Essendon. McCarthy's gone back on Madden. O'Halloran on Van der Haar, is it? No, it's not Van der Haar, it's Wood. Van der Haar now at centre half forward. The tap down gives Schwab the opportunity. Quick left foot kicking towards the forward pocket. Ball bouncing free. Schwab ducks his head, tries to get a hand pass out. Essendon player ducking his head around there in defence. Kick smothered. Burns throws himself on the football. Weston was there, the Essendon player. And Danaher too. Great play by Hawthorn again, smothering. Good stuff by the Hawks, who lead 89 to 26, 6.5 minutes into the third term.
Umpire Neville Nash bounces the ball half forward for Hawthorn. It's Merritt getting the tap down. Where are the Rovers? Tuck gets one, but ducked his head that time. Clayton's in the middle of it. So too is Williams for Essendon. And there'll be another bounce. It's certainly a close and tough grand final. As a player comes down on the ground. A streaker comes on the middle of the ground as Merritt gets the tap down. We're only interested in the footy. Loveridge picks it up, kicks up to the full forward area. Walsh has it now, breaks clear as he's pulled off the ground. The streaker is only naked from the waist down. Walsh clears for Essendon into the middle of the ground where Barge is. The hand pass comes out to Kink. Kink goes for a run, has a bounce, tries to get around Payton, who was desperate to trap him, but Kink's too strong. Kicks into the forward pocket, but O'Halloran's there to take the mark on his chest in front of Wood. Wood in the last... O'Halloran, last line of defence, kicks wide to the member side wing to the leading Robertson. Hawthorn opening up players. Robertson chips it in short to Wallace on the wing. Merritt comes in at him. Wallace going to break clear. Breaks clear now. Kicks up onto the half-forward line. Leading is in for the ball is Knights. Can't trap it. Gets it at the next attempt. Gets the hand pass to Brereton. Brereton quick. Chips the ball up to the half-forward line. Off the hands of the pack it comes. A chance there for Hurd. He can't pick it up. It should be an Essendon free kick. And that's Bahagia, yeah, the little budgie. He was tackled by Judge when he didn't have the footy. So in the last line of defence, Bahagia with the free kick. The score, Hawthorn 13-11-89, Essendon 4-2-26.
And he goes across the face of goal to find a teammate in Bradbury, who took the mark as Tuck was bearing down. Didn't gain much meterage. There's the kick by Bradbury, a penetrating left footer out towards the wing, and he finds Neagle. Neagle in front of Eade, almost on half back. He plays on, gets around Eade, has to go around another one, goes for a hand pass in the direction of Danaher. Out there is Weston, now back on Knights since half-time. Weston with the left foot kick towards half-forward. O'Halloran in front, couldn't hold the mark, but his recovery superb. Gets the hand pass across to Kennedy, who goes for a long hand pass out to Knights. Knights knocks the ball cleverly forward, out to Matthews. Matthews wastes no time, banging the ball up to half forward. Who's there for Hawthorn? No one. Big Merritt gets it, goes for a hand pass, puts his teammate into Bahagia under plenty of pressure. Bahagia running in a short circle. Tackle mark this, don't worry about that. And there must be a 15-metre penalty this time. Not paid again. Tuck finds Matthews at half-forward. He'll take the mark, go on, play on, steady, have a long shot at goal, and he's offline this time. 5 goals, 2. Hawthorn 13-12-90. That's Matthews' total. Essendon a 4-2-26. 9 minutes gone, third term. Kicked in by Welch for Essendon.
To the outer side, looking for Merritt. Tuck was also there. Bahagio's got the better recovery, twisting and turning through the pack. The little fellow doesn't give up. The kick around the outer side wing has been marked by Eade. Eade for Hawthorn chips the ball into the centre where Wallace is all alone. Wallace goes back and will drive the ball up onto the half-forward line. It's a high one. Knights is there. Clayton's there. Clears the pack. Chance there for Burnham Walsh. Danaher, as cool as you like, now in the last line of defence, picks up. Hand passes over the top to Weston. Weston moves well. Steers the ball around where he'll find Hawker. Green late on the scene. Hawker goes one way and the other way. Play on, says the umpire. Hand pass comes over the top to Foles. Around the member side wing. Steers the ball looking for Ezard. He couldn't quite trap it. He comes back. Kennedy's also there. And Kennedy will force the ball over the boundary line for a throw-in right half-forward flank for Essendon. Essendon kicking towards the main scoreboard and the ball to be thrown in right in front of the members' stand.
Boundary throw-in. Hawthorn lead 90 to 26. The ball running free. Chance for Williams. Schwab right on his hammer. Williams controls it very well. From centre half-forward, his long kick is up towards full forward. And there's a great mark in defence for Hawthorn taken by Robertson. Goes for a hand pass. Madden smothers. Robertson comes in. Ball still in play. Now it's through for a rush behind, and Hawthorn a bit lucky to get out of that one as Robertson made that mistake going for the hand pass after he'd taken a superb mark. 15 metres against Madden. Mew and McCarthy doesn't bother waiting for that. He finds Payton in the back pocket. Goes for the hand pass across to Ayres. Ayres up at half-back member's side. Puts the ball in front of Schwab. Oh, push right in the middle of the back by Foles. Very poor football. 11 minutes gone. Third term. Hawthorn 90, lead Essendon 27.
There's the kick by Schwab, who's been a good footballer up to the half-forward line, and Brereton has marked. Williams won't let him go, but Brereton's got the football, goes back, comes round the arc, kicks towards the centre of the ground. Loveridge is there. Then give it on to Green, takes the hand pass. Green runs out of the centre circle from half-forward, has a long shot for goal, and he's put it through. Hawthorn can do no wrong. Russell Green's second goal. And the Hawks are marching towards the 83 premiership, even at the 11.5-minute mark of this third term. Hawthorn 14-12, 96 to Essendon 4-3-27.
Well, and what promised to be a fairly interesting grand final with Essendon going in almost as favourites has turned out to be a slaughter. It's most disappointing for 110,000 people and disappointing for me.
Don't you believe it? There's the bounce from umpire Kevin Smith. Merritt rucking, grabs it. He's tackled by Payton, put down. Tempted kick off the ground. Chance it's kicked out of the centre by Weston for Essendon, but who's there? The only player, Green, drops the sitter. Chance for Ayres to kick the ball off the ground. He does. He's leading in the race for the ball. He's got a bit of support from Schwab. Williams falls over. Ayres content to let the ball run across the ground and over the line for a throw-in in front of the Essendon bench. Where disconsolate Doc Bruce Reid is watching with his colleague Ian Reynolds. Merritt and Payton. Free kick to Payton for mine. For a chop under the chops, and that's exactly what was seen by Kevin Smith. Payton has the free kick grandstand wing. Over the mark comes Merritt, 15-metre penalty. Hand pass is quickly taken to Wallace. Wallace across into the centre, and down he goes. Merritt does it again. Merritt has been reported. I think everyone on the ground saw that. We'll say no more. Hawthorn 14-12, 96 lead Essendon 4-3-27 at the 13-minute mark of the third term. Knights has got the free kick downfield. Just about within scoring range. The drop punt on its way, and he's just missed. Knights has kicked 1 goal, 4 of Hawthorn's tally of 14 goals, 13-97. Hawthorn lead by 70 points. 13-minute mark of the third term.
And it's Foles. Clayton clearing the ball out of defence as he ran out of kicked the ball to himself, but a good mark there to Payton. I was wondering what Clayton was doing down there kicking in, but as Robbie Walls wrote a little note and said they're frustrated. There's the kick forward by Payton, and the free kick will go to Schwab. Schwab will get around Foles. Off the left boot, he kicks high up into the full forward area. Matthews is there with Hurd. Neither player can get it. Bradbury chases the ball over the line, hotly pursued by Tuck, and there'll be a throw in at left forward pocket. And it's Carey coming back onto the ground and Copping coming off. Hawthorn 14-13-97. There's the throw. Byrne tries to get the ball out. Comes to Judge, who threads his way through the puck. Pack gets it out to Loveridge. Loveridge, a snapshot for goal. Hurd, a big effort to try and get it. In fact, miraculous. He thought it had gone through, but had the recovery to pick up, and Hurd clears from the last line of defence, and Foles marks at half-back.
Foles in front of the players' race. Northern stand side, half-back. Drives the ball back in towards the centre. It's going to be marked by Robertson on his chest, and it is marked by Robertson. He goes across the ground. Kennedy running free near the centre circle, takes the mark. He'll go long. Matthews the target. He ducks back and he marks and gets one right over the air from Merritt. Down goes Matthews. That's another report. Merritt's been reported twice in 2 minutes. That's got to be 15 metres.
Well, it should be 30, actually. It was so crude, rude and ruthless. Idiotic play. That won't help them, and that'll make Hawthorn's cause and effort a lot easier. And there, I would suggest, is a little frustration, or heaps of it, coming into Essendon's play at the moment. Gone to the world. Essendon
4-3-27. Hawthorn 14-13-97. There is a 15-metre penalty. Perhaps make it 25. So Matthews should kick his 6th goal from within the square, and he was about 30 metres out. Fairly experienced campaigner in these sort of games is number 3 for Hawthorn, and he bangs into the top deck of the southern stand.
Shows a bit of emotion too. Did the old fisty salute. Well, he should.
6 goals to Matthews, 15 to Hawthorn. They bring up their century. 15-13, 103. Essendon 4-3-27, 15.5 minutes gone in the third term, and the Hawks lead can't work it out, Douglas. Help me. 76 points. Robert, you mentioned frustration. There's a bit of it in the Bombers camp now.
Yes, they're playing like a frustrated side at the moment. They're hitting players after they've got rid of the ball and being reported and getting free kicks downfield, and they're certainly not going to win the game that way.
Why would you do it to Matthews? He doesn't feel pain at any time. You can hit him with a butcher's cleaver and he wouldn't feel it.
From the centre bounce, Payton does well, but Wallace tries to kick out of the centre. Schwab tackles Foles rather crudely, and Foles will get the free kick. The quick hand pass to Carey caught that player unawares. He's dispossessed as Wallace gets the ball wide for Payton, which is good play. Payton tries to clear the ball but can't. Little Budgie's there. Bahagia for Essendon showing plenty of persistence as Foles kicks up under the half-forward line, and Mew takes the mark on his chest over Wood. Mew. The hand pass comes out to Weed. Away go the Hawks again. The kick across ground to Ayres. Ayres will wait for the ball to bounce. Little Ezard's racing at him. Ayres has a peep over the shoulder, falls over. Ezard gets into his back. That wasn't his fault. Ayres plays on though, gets the hand pass infield to Eade. Eade over the top to Green. He's a running player. Across to Robertson, another running player. And away go the Hawks again. They're runners. Robertson races clear. Kicks up into the half-forward line. Brereton tried to read the play off the pack, but Walsh is there. Oh, clever play by Walsh. His body was out, but the ball was in. His kick was smothered by Judge over the boundary line for a throw in between wing and half forward for Hawthorn. Hawthorn 15-13, 103 to Essendon 4-3-27.
That's at the 17-minute mark of the third term. As Madden back rucking, it's down to Judge. Judge tries to get it out the Tuck. He does. Tuck kicks the ball. Touched off his boot. It goes straight up in the air. Madden pushed it down only as far as Byrne. His kick is smothered off the boot. Byrne goes after it, but Danaher now playing in defence for Essendon picks up, kicks back to over the centre. O'Halloran running with the fight of the ball. He's got Van der Haar right on his hammer. Bursting through is Wood. In comes Mew. Calmly gathers. Hand passes to Kennedy. Here's Eade all on his own over on the southern stand wing. Loveridge says, what about me? Wallace says, what about me? Wallace marks. Straightens up at centre half forward. Kicks long towards goal. And he's put it through for another goal. Kicked by Wallace. Hawthorn 16-13, 109. Essendon 4-3-27. The Hawks lead by 82 points at the 18-minute mark of the third quarter.
I was going to ask one of these fellows, who is playing in the centre on Wallace? Does anybody know? Because nobody's been near him for the greater part of the match.
Well, King started this third term on him, Douglas, but having a look at the Essendon players in there now, would you reckon Carey with a bad shoulder or Hawker? Take your pick, but fancy having Carey back on the ground when Nick said at half-time he was likely to be finished for the match.
82 points lead to Hawthorn at the 18.5-minute mark of the third term. Madden, a big fist up to the half-forward line, shark by Mew. His long kick up into the half-forward line for Hawthorn. Hurd fists out of the pack. Carey tries to come through. Robertson's got too much pace. Pushes the ball wide for Knights. Knights breaks clear. Comes around on the arc on the right boot. It's not a good kick under pressure. High kick. A rainmaker to half forward. Nearly the mark there to Schwab. He couldn't get it. Pack develops a push in the back. And that's to Danaher. Terry Danaher at centre half back has the free kick. Kicks wide looking for Danaher. Looking for Madden, I should say. Danaher to Madden. Madden doesn't know what to do. Gets the hand pass out wide to Neagle running past. Neagle carries the ball onto the outer side wing, kicks up into the half-forward line, and the mark has been taken by Wood.
Ironical cheers from Essendon supporters. That's almost his first touch.
Wood kicks high to half-forward. Ayres is there from behind. Nearly the mark to Van der Haar. Thought it could have been perhaps paid. But the ball on the half-forward line. Ezard kicks out of the pack. The ball rolling towards the left-forward pocket, but McCarthy's there. They're cool in defence, Hawthorn, as the hand pass comes out to Tuck. Tuck looks further afield, can see Payton. Payton tries to pull in a one-hander. Can't do so. Carey's there, forcing the ball back into the centre. Brereton's there to put the pressure on him. Weston comes through. He's cool, gets the hand pass back to Danaher. Danaher has a bounce, goes one way, then the other, shows the ball to Wallace, then Tuck. Then kicks up into the half-forward line. Lots of pushing and shoving as Robertson tries to come through. It's on the half-forward line. Should be a free kick to Hawker there for Essendon on the half-forward line. But play on, says the umpire, and the ball has been marked by Russell Green. After a quiet first quarter, Green has come into his own. He's kicked 2 goals and he's got the free kick half-back flank and a 15-metre penalty. But he wants to get on with the game, doesn't take advantage of it. Kicks up towards Knights. Knights threads his way past an Essendon defender. Kicks up into the half-forward line. Loveridge is there. Plenty of Essendon defenders going up. Hurd cops one. The ball comes out to Neagle and Hurd will get the free kick at half-back. Hurd immediately plays on with a hand pass to Neagle. Neagle half-back flank does it nicely. Some fancy footwork. Kicks wide of the centre. The chance there for Western. Knights goes up one-handed. Can't get it. Chap fists the ball further afield to Wallace, but he was tackled by Carey. Coming through strongly is Tuck. Carey just throws himself into the pack and gets Tuck around the neck. Indiscriminate play there by Carey, and the free kick will either go to Tuck or Eade. Eade has the free kick because Tuck's on the ground. Kicks up onto the half-forward line where he finds the leading Matthews, and Matthews has marked right half-forward flank. Di Domenico warming up on the bench like a caged lion as the kick there goes into the forward pocket where Judge couldn't get it, and there's a free kick. And it's going Essendon's way for a push in the back, and that's to Clayton.
Clayton in the last line of defence, Tuck up and being attended by 4 trainers. Dipper breathing fire running inside the boundary line as Clayton hand passes to Hurd. Hurd running across the face of goal, hand passes onto his captain Danaher at half-back. Danaher will clear round towards the grandstand wing. McCarthy's in front of Merritt, pushes it down to Schwab. Good play by Schwab, he's off. There's an open goal in front of him. He's had a couple of bounces. He sees the big sticks there. His long kick is curling back, but just the wrong side of the post for Hawthorn supporters. It goes through for a behind kick by Peter Schwab, and they go to 16-14, 110, leading Essendon 4-3, 27, 21 and a half minutes gone in the third term of the 83 grand final.
One could imagine that Alan Jeans would have instructed his players. They would have had plenty thrown at them in this term, but my golly, they've stood it well and played well as well.
It's valiant effort by Madden. He couldn't take the mark. Schwab does it again. Gets around Danaher, goes for a short pass to Knights, but it's misdirected. Weston takes the mark at centre half-back for the Bombers. This is Weston. Kicking the ball back into the centre, looking for Merritt, who's finessing, knocked on. Down towards Williams, in comes Robertson. He gets one right over the ear. Spears the hand pass out to Wallace. Wallace goes for the pass to Matthews, and he takes the mark at centre half forward. Brilliant play by Robertson. He got the high tackle right over the ear. Matthews put down
Now, come on.
unintentionally
He fell
by
over.
Neagle. Yeah.
Fell over.
Neagle didn't know he was there, nor did Matthews. I'm being cool, calm and calculating, Douglas, as Matthews comes in from centre half forward. The long kick is just offline and through for a behind. 6 goals, 3. He's kicked 2 in each of the first 3 quarters. 16-15, 111 to 4-3, 27 as it's played to himself by Clayton. He's going to the southern stand side. A couple of bounces, draws a player. Spears the hand pass to Hurd, who breaks out of the tackle. He gives the hand pass back. Is Ezard running down the ground. He's had a couple of bounces. He's taken it to the centre. His kick is a poor one. Green in front takes the mark. Very easily indeed. Quick hand pass comes across to O'Halloran from another Hawthorn player. That should have gone back. Here's a chance up towards Knights. Good spoil by Weston. Knights goes after it. Goes for a bit of a push and shove. Loses the run of the ball. Mahaj has got it. Wallace there to put him under pressure. Hand pass goes back to Danaher. Now playing in defence on Burton. Kick back towards Wood. Takes the mark. He plays on. Hand pass to Williams. Williams at half forward. Kicks in towards Kink. Thank you, says Kennedy. Takes the mark with ridiculous ease. New running across to the back pocket. Southern stand side also takes the mark with ridiculous ease. Payton making space in the centre. Using his blistering speed. The big fellow goes after it, but Madden favoured by the Bants as in comes Neagle in support. Breaks a tackle. Payton gets up. Neagle has 1 bounce. Has 2 bounces. Big Payton still chasing him close to the boundary line. Neagle screws the ball back in towards half forward. There is Merritt. Kennedy over the top takes a screamer. Burn to the interchange bench. Di Domenico back on the ground at full forward. Eade comes away with it now for Hawthorn. Up towards half forward. Brereton and Danaher down the ground. Picked up by Wallace. His leg. No free kick for that. Penalised for holding the ball. Beautiful rugby tackle brought Wallace down. Carey comes away with it for Essendon. Back in towards the centre. Here comes free kick. Will go to Hawthorn. Schwab as Foles interferes, and Schwab has the free kick near the point of the square in defence. 24 and a half minutes gone, third term. 111 to 27 is the score. Hawthorn 111, Essendon 27. Douglas has Hare Schwab with the ball at centre half back for the Hawks.
Schwab kicks long. It's dropping short. Danaher in front of Brereton will take the mark on his chest on the defensive side of the centre square. Immediately kicks wide looking for Foles. That's to the wing, but Green's there to cover him. Foles goes back, kicks to half forward. A high kick over O'Halloran lopes after the ball, fists the ball out of the pack. It's going towards the goal. Wood is there, but there's also Kennedy, ably shepherded by McCarthy. McCarthy picks up handballs out of defence into the open spaces looking for Wallace. He didn't read that well. Kink comes through, loses the run of the ball. Wallace picks up again. Courage there as the ball comes out to Loveridge. Onto Mew. Hawthorn moving the ball around the other side flank as the hand pass comes out to Wallace, and a beautiful lead by Di Domenico, and a beautiful foot pass from Wallace finds Dipper on the half-forward line. Di Domenico goes back, the drop punt kick on the way. It's dropping short. Danaher will mark. No, not paid. Clayton has it, but it's all Essendon out of defence as Neagle now goes for a run. Neagle chips the ball out of defence looking for Madden. Knights was in the way. Knights picks up, kicks up into the half-forward line. Chance for Matthews, round on the right boot. Snaps for goal, but it's offline and through for a behind. Matthews now has kicked 6 goals 4. 6 goals 4 of Hawthorn, 16-16, 112, Essendon 4-3-27.
Clayton kicks the ball in towards the southern stand side. Falling in front of the pack, the ball comes to ground. Chance for Essendon to take it away through Western. He was tackled pretty low. He kicks the ball off the ground, back into the forward pocket. And it goes out of bounds about 10 metres from the behind post, right forward pocket. 112-27, 26 minutes gone, third term in this 83 grand final. Hawthorn doing it fairly comfortably at the moment. There's the boundary throw in. Di Domenico contesting as Madden gets the tap down. Out towards Carey, who loses it to Matthews. Hurried kick back in towards full forward. Judge from behind's got 3 big fellas to beat, and he couldn't beat the 3 of them, and Walsh has taken the mark in the last line for Essendon. Goes for the hand pass. Play's allowed to go on. Clayton is it running it towards the grandstand side. Foles has got the opportunity. The boundary line might be a bit close. It is. It goes over at left half forward for Hawthorn. Pretty down and out almost now, the Bombers, Robert Walls, aren't they?
Yes, there's not much life there. You know, Danaher on the back line is their best forward, and I think if they were going to win, they had to put all their good players up forward to kick a winning score.
Brereton, a beautiful hand pass to Robertson. Look at that hand pass from Robertson out towards Knights. He's got it, lose it. Comes across the teammate Loveridge, hand pass to Tuck. Put down your glasses. And he's missed. He doesn't miss too many of those. Robert Walls would like to have missed a couple under pressure in the last quarter of the qualifying final. Perhaps he took it too easily. 113-27. Walsh kicks in. Halfback, Eade. Oh, Soccer. Beautiful. Little kick to Matthews. This time put out in your glasses. No, he's missed. Good gracious me.
He's having a bad day, Matthews, isn't he, in the last 10 minutes?
Well, he's kicked 4 behinds this quarter, Doug, and he's kicked 3 in about the last 5 minutes.
Well, he's kicked 2
6.
goals in this quarter, as a matter of fact, Graham, as well.
16-18 Hawthorn, 114 Essendon, 4 goals 3, 27.
Danaher playing well in defence.
Clayton goes for a long kick straight down the ground. Payton a good spoil. Out to Walsh. Goes for a hand pass to Williams. He's in plenty of trouble. Gets a quick kick. Out comes Mew. Pushes the ball forward. Robertson's got it. Picks the ball up, wants to hand pass, then he'll kick now, he'll hand pass to Green. Green's kick was well smothered, but Robertson following up, gets it from Green, knocks the ball forward. Foles is there, waiting for a free, hand passes to a teammate, Izzard into a bit of trouble. Through comes Merritt, hand passes inside towards Williams. Williams draws a player, hand passes to Hawker. Hawker is tackled very well, gets it away to McCarthy, who throws it across the Tuck. And then Tuck kicks the ball long across towards Eade. He had a look and saw Eade all on his own over there on the southern stand wing. Kennedy was running inside, down the ground. Eade goes on, put under pressure, comes across to Kennedy. Kink comes in for Essendon. He's in plenty of trouble too. Loveridge comes in from behind, and umpire Nash comes in and calls for a bounce. A few of these Essendon guys have been in grand final teams that have lost, Doug, haven't they? Mightn't be such good news for the side. 114-27, before they came to Essendon, I mean.
Madden gets the tap down to Neagle.
Front at three-quarter time by 87 points, and that's 15 goals. Kevin Smith bounces the football. The last quarter is underway. Robertson outpoints Madden there. Tuck smothers the ball beautifully off the boot of Carey. Kicks hurriedly into the forward line, and a strong mark taken in defence by Welch over Di Domenico. Burns still on the interchange bench for Hawthorn. Walsh wants to play on. He does. Matthews grabs him. The kick under pressure comes to Brereton, who hand passes to Di Domenico. Kicking towards the full forward line. Eade over his head, over the head of Knights, and Western Knights will get there first, just inside the boundary line, and fumbles. Eade was shepherding Neagle, and the boundary umpire will throw the ball back into play in front of the Essendon cheer squad, sitting down in front of the Western stand near the goals at the big scoreboard end. There's Madden getting the tap away. Loveridge is there, but it's a chance for Essendon. Wallace picks up his kick, is smothered off the boot. Picked up by Bahaja for Essendon, running back across the face of goal. Good kick to find Danaher at centre half back. The Essendon skipper is off. He goes wide looking for Foles, and he finds him. Foles marks on the southern stand wing. Schwab is there. The short pass from Foles goes up to Merritt. He hand passes over his head back in towards Clayton, who falls over. Ayres says thank you very much. 2 bounces. Hand pass the Judge, who goes down the ground. He's got plenty of time to steady and drive it right in towards full forward. Over the packet goes, and it's tapped across the line and out of bounds for a throw in near the behind post. Left forward pocket for Hawthorn, who lead by 87 points, 1.5 minutes into the final term.
Thrown in the left forward pocket. Dipier Domenico will do battle. Oh, there's about 5 ruckmen all there, but eventually kicked out by Carey. Hit to the outer side of the ground. A nice mark there by Foles. He immediately plays on, kicks towards the centre of the ground. Kink and Kennedy. Kennedy takes the mark. A bumping duel between the two of them, and it was Kennedy to win out. The quick hand pass across to Green. Green can find Schwab. Schwab will give the hand pass intended for Green, but that was Kink propping in between the two of them to take the ball, and it'll be a bounce. On the VFL logo on the outer side of the ground, there's the bounce again. Payton couldn't get it, but he picks it up. Well, he's a gutsy player, this fellow. Kicks to the half-forward line. Matthews couldn't mark. He was under pressure there from Hurd. A pack develops on half-forward line for Hawthorn, and there'll be a bounce. Hawthorn 16-18, 114 to Essendon 4-3-27. As umpire Kevin Smith to bounce the ball at half-forward for Hawthorn. That's a good bounce too, straight up in the air. Brereton taps the ball further afield to Matthews, who grabs the ball and falls over. Falls on top of the footy, and there'll be another bounce as Hawthorn forcing the ball towards their goals. Great team effort by the Hawks today, and I think they really thought it out at the selection table on Tuesday night. There's the bounce. Knights goes up, gets the tap down at the second attempt. It comes down to Williams. Williams, a high kick, travels about 5 yards, fisted away by Walsh. Chance there for Wallace, but the boundary line too close and out of bounds. Right forward pocket for Hawthorn. Hawthorn 16-18, 114. Essendon 4-3-27.
3-minute mark of the final term. There's the boundary throw in. Knights goes up high. It's grabbed by Brereton. The ball held to him. Umpire Smith comes in and calls for a bounce. We've had about 3 minutes of very
good ball bouncing,
dogged, as distinct from ball bursting. There's Smith bouncing. Madden, Knights. Madden gets the tap down, comes out towards Bradbury. Judge tried to tackle him, couldn't do so. Bradbury running around the members' wing. Left foot kick back towards the wing. Mew up in front of Van der Haar. Kink grabs it, shrugs off the tackle. Hand pass to Van der Haar. Left foot pass back in towards Merritt is good. Merritt drops the sitter, ducks his head, puts the ball on the deck. Green comes over the top, takes it off him, cleverly gets it out to Robertson. Robertson goes for a long hand pass, cleverly knocked away by Ayres out towards Eade. Eade got one across the ear with the boot of Merritt, and Eade gets the free kick. He walked over him like a doormat there, and that's why he got the free. Comes to the grandstand side looking for Mew. Doesn't look at the ball, Clayton. Did not look at the ball. And Mew gets the free kick or the mark. Take your pick on the grandstand wing.
Idiotic play by Clayton.
Thank you, Douglas. You said it, not me. I'm glad of that. Target Knights. Madden in front will take the mark at centre half back. Goes for a hand pass. It goes straight to Loveridge. And he fires at goal instead of kicking for Matthews, but he's kicked a goal. He's put it through. Thank you, says Richard Loveridge to Simon Madden. And from me too. Another goal to Hawthorn, 17-18, 120. Essendon 4-3-27. What do you think of that one, Scooter?
What a gift for Christmas has arrived quickly, hasn't it? Dear oh dear, that'll give you some idea just what's happening to Essendon. Merritt spilling chest marks, Merritt, Madden hand passing to Loveridge, goal, thank you very much. It's really been the pattern, hasn't it?
93 points lead to Hawthorn at the 5-minute mark of this final term as Payton, aided by the bounce, gets the tap down to Wallace. Wallace's kick smothered. Coming through is McCarthy. He shepherds to allow Kennedy to pick up on the member side wing. He can give the hand pass to Wallace, but can kick to half forward. Ayres is down, doesn't look too good. On the half forward line for Hawthorn, it's Neagle picking up now. Threads the long hand pass diagonally across ground to Walsh. Walsh goes for a run around the outer side, looking there for Copping. He'll get there before O'Halloran, and Copping takes the mark on his chest, right half forward flank. I think Ayres may be winded, is he?
No, hip, I'd say, Clark, up high.
Copping kicks to half forward, but Robertson's there to pull in the strong mark.
Lateral football. Didn't attempt to go at the goals at all, did he? Diagonally across the ground. Thank you very much, Robinson said.
15 metres penalty against Williams brings Robinson into the centre square, kicks to the half-forward line. Brereton takes the mark, or no, was he awarded the mark?
High tackle.
And he got one too.
Funny in the lower part of the back as Brereton runs back. He can't kick it, so he gives the hand pass into the centre of the ground to Robertson, who steers the ball there to Green. Away go the running players. Green from half-forward will have a shot for goal. He's offline, and he has put it through for a behind. Russell Green has kicked 2 goals, 1. Hawthorn 17-19. 121 to Essendon 4-3-27.
Ball out to half-back on the southern stand side with Danaher, the Essendon skipper. He's played his heart out today. Fisted away by Tuck, the ball down to ground. Chance for Essendon, the hand pass goes back to Clayton from Foles. Possibly been Essendon's most consistent player. Foles out to Carey on the southern stand side, half-forward flank. He goes for a pass into Big Madden. Well spoilt by Dipper Domenico. Robertson, pepper and salt. He wants to lair eyes. Playing the ball back in front. Knocks it back now towards a teammate. In comes Bahaja. Back to Robertson. He gets tripped up. Knocks the ball across the line. And he gets the free for that trip that I called. Colin Robertson. And the last line of defence for Hawthorn, who lead 121-27. Dipper Domenico calls for it in short, takes the mark, was off.
Bounces away from the opposition. He breathed on that Essendon player, Wood.
Underground pass comes out towards Big Burn, who has, with McCarthy, with ridiculous ease, hand passes to Tuck. Big Burn still on the bench. Ball is kicked back to the wing. Good mark. Danaher over the top of Brereton. He plays on. Kicks in towards centre half forward. Vanderhaar couldn't hold the mark. Ball to ground. Grabbed by Wood. His hand pass. Who to? Anyone. Dipper Domenico comes in and crashes the ball away. Ezard has it near the boundary line. Couldn't contain it. Great play by Dipper Domenico. And it's out of bounds for a throw in at right half forward for Essendon, who have been goalless since half-time. In fact, since half-time, they've added just 2 behind.
They've been goalless since 5 minutes into the second term.
Smother off the boot. Following up was Williams, picked up by Tuck. He's got plenty of space. Gives the hand pass out to Mew. Mew coming down the ground. Gives the hand pass out in front of Big Peyton. He fumbles. Will give it back to Mew. No, he gives it across to Kennedy. Calling for it is Schwab. Kennedy very cool. Kink will run at Loveridge, but Loveridge is there. Gets tackled a bit high. Breaks out of the tackle. Gives it back towards Mew, but Kink intercepts. He throws it across to Bradbury. Bradbury running away from Mew, has 2 bounces, comes up towards half forward, fires it in towards full forward. Vanderhaar from behind, but the man in front takes the mark, and that man was Russell Green. He goes for a hand pass back across to Robertson, chips the left foot pass in short, looking for O'Halloran, who gets a nice bounce, is well shepherded for. He'll pop the ball across in front of Wallace, and Wallace takes the mark at half-back, almost up to the wing southern stand side, calling forward Green. He had the ball in the back pocket a moment ago. He takes the mark. Hand pass on to Schwab. Schwab across to Brereton. Look out as Clayton comes in. Gets well tackled. Loses the ball. Bit flash. Picked up by Clayton. Back to Danaher. Oh, he took plenty of time. Got beat the ball. Comes across towards Ezard. Tuck takes the mark at the second attempt in the centre of the ground as Byrne comes on and Ayres goes off for Hawthorn. And Michael Tuck has the mark right in the centre of the ground for Hawthorn. Hawthorn lead 121-27. Knight's the target. Oh, he gets hipped out of it. No free kick. Ball to ground. Hand pass comes out towards Hurd. Sorry, Doug. Got to try. Running at it is Wallace. So is Bradbury. Wallace pushes him over. Takes the ball off him. Has a shot at goal. Free kick downfield. Judge will take it near the goal square as Wallace was put down unceremoniously after getting boot the ball. Or is it going back to Wallace? High, so it's going back to Wallace. Umpire Nash says. Terry Wallace has the free kick a little wide of centre half forward.
Been an excellent player for them, Wallace, hasn't he?
22 kicks to three-quarter time, Doug.
Doesn't mind getting a hard ball, does he, Douglas?
He doesn't mind getting a hard crack across the kisser either. He's had a few today.
Hate to tell Robbie Walls he could have been a Fitzroy player. He's hooked it just a little and missed.
Getting tired, Hawthorn, I think. Some of these shots at goal are missing rather simply, aren't they?
17-21-22 to Essendon, 4-3-27 at the 10-minute mark of the final term. Hawthorn lead by 95 points, and Madden wants to fight his teammate Williams for the mark. Williams is the paid player. He gets up and plays on. Through the centre he goes. Good spoil by Robertson. Ball comes out to Loveridge, who hand passes back to McCarthy, who hand passes to Eade. Short-stepping Eade finds Tuck at half-forward. Lovely left-foot kick. Judge is all on his own. Tuck says, I'll go to Schwab. No, he has a look downfield. He'll go long. He's got Knights and Byrne dropping back. He's taken plenty of time, Tuck. Oh, that is a ball burster. Right to the square. Byrne in front takes the mark as cool as you like. Well, he knew what he was doing. Tucky kicked that one out of sight, and Byrne marks 12 metres out from goal on the slightest of angle.
I got a high opinion of this player. I was at Hawthorn some 3 or 4 weeks ago and just waiting for Hawthorn's Byrne to become fit. And it was stressed to me at that time just what an important man he is to this Hawthorn team. He certainly indicated that today.
He's put it through for his third goal, and Hawthorn lead by 101 points at the 11-minute mark of the final term. And Douglas, I must say I am enjoying it a little bit.
Yes, well, I am, Smoke. I think that I'd given up hope long before this, about midway through the second term, really. I didn't think that Essendon were in the event. The way that Hawthorn were playing, well, of course, Hawthorn have continued with that brilliant form. It's been one of the best team efforts, I suppose, that one could ever wish to see in a grand final. Everybody wearing the Guernsey has done heaps for his side today, the brown and gold.
Welsh has gone to centre half forward and Van der Haar to full back.
It's the Hawks leading by 101 points at the 12-minute mark of this final quarter. Out of the centre, away goes Di Domenico and the Hawks. The big bomb kick up into the full forward area. Good play by Foles to fist the ball, not Foles, but Hurt to fist the ball away from Matthews over the boundary line. And there's a free kick, and it's going to Van der Haar. Van der Haar in defence, kicks up onto the member's side wing. Payton goes up, tries to pull it in one-handed. Bahagia scouting the pack well, gets the hand pass out to open. Wood was claimed, but he got the ball. Coming through now is Green. Green on the member side wing, picks up. Long hand pass out to Di Domenico as Nagel comes down. Di Domenico picks up. Then he handballs away from Nagel, but right into the hands of Wood. Good solid play by O'Halloran to smother the hand pass of Wood. And O'Halloran gives Di Domenico a little pat on the head after Dipper showed plenty of strength in getting that ball.
That was a good hard exchange of tough football.
Good stuff, yeah, good stuff. They didn't take their eyes off the footy. Pushed down to Brereton. He loses it. Madden knocks the ball forward. Wood overruns it. Loveridge picks up. Kicks high. And Western Shepherd's Knights back to allow Danaher to take the mark. He wasn't going Dipper. Danaher has it at half-back, although I reckon he would have had a mean look in his eye as he kicks the ball back in towards the centre. Ball is knocked forward. Madden goes bounding after it for the Bombers. Favours, paddles the ball up to himself. Oh, he's well caught. Gets a hand pass up to Kink. Schwab falls on it for Hawthorn. Comes out of the pack towards Bahagia, that he gets it back towards Madden, who knocks the ball. Nagel going after it is Schwab, well shepherded by Carey. Was it a bit high? Gets it across to Kink. First goal since half-time.
Out of bounds on the full.
Behind, first score for the quarter.
The crowd have gone mad.
The Bronx jeers tell the story. Hawthorn 18, 21, 28. Essendon race on to 4 goals, 4, 28. The Hawks lead by 100 points. The kick in by McCarthy. Back towards O'Halloran in front of Wood, and he takes the mark. No free kicks as the umpire. Loveridge falls over with Bahagia. Umpire Nash will come in and call for a bounce. 14 minutes gone, final term, and Hawthorn lead by 100 points.
And there's the bounces. Madden gets the tap down, goes through the legs of Kennedy, but Robertson backing up well. The hand pass to Eade. By gee, they're playing well as a team, Hawthorn, and the kick from Eade has been marked by Loveridge, who's a real mean little goer, this fellow. Wood won't let him go, but Loveridge has got the ball now. Eade calling for it. He's by himself on the flank. Loveridge has spotted him. Will chip the ball over the top to Eade. Nobody within Cooey. Williams comes at Eade now, but Eade's got plenty of time to kick up onto the half-forward line, and Knights grabs the mark.
Knights feeling elated, Knights, wouldn't he? After the trauma he suffered in his career.
Well, he said in an interview yesterday that it's like a fairy tale. The kick, not a good one. Off the side of the boot to half-forward. Danaher chipping in, marks, kicks wide for Copping. The race will be on between Copping and Green. Copping gets there first. Green now comes at him at full speed. Copping stops, gets around from him, has a bounce, kicks up into the full forward area. But the mark will be, went through McCarthy. Will allow Madden in. Madden a hand pass towards Mew.
I know what's wrong with Madden. He's colourblind. He's absolutely colourblind. line. There was no Essendon player within Cooey. He could have had a shot at goal. He went for a handball.
Someone obviously called for it.
Well, it would have been new, I think. And he's the Hawthorn player, and he forced it through for a behind. So it's 99 points the difference as McCarthy kicks in. And it's Loveridge who accepts the mark.
Poor Madden, I feel so sorry for him.
Loveridge kicks to the outer side wing. Dippy Domenico couldn't mark. Off the hands of the pack it comes to Knights. Knights kicks up onto the half-forward line. Danaher there to mark at centre-half back. Couldn't quite control it, but he picks it up with good ground play. Hand passes on to Hurd. Another hand pass by Clayton. Now that's more like it, Bombers. The hand pass to the centre of the ground finds Merritt, and that comes on to Foulds. Foulds has a bounce over the top to Bahagia. They're moving the ball well as Bahagia on half-forward line kicks into the goal area. Walsh could have marked all by himself, missed the mark, and it's gone through for a behind.
Who was that, Walsh? He's got a fit of the butterfingers, hasn't he? He's been fairly safe with his marking in defence. He only had to mark that and he would have kicked a goal. That's been the Essendon story.
Let's check the score. Hawthorn 18-20, 128 to Essendon 4-6-30.
McCarthy comes away for Hawthorn, back towards half back on the southern stand side. Bahagia is told to play on up to taking a good mark. He runs on, he wants to do it himself. There's no one up there who can kick it. This time Madden, and he takes the mark.
Well done, son.
In the goal square. Big chance to kick Essendon's 5th goal at the 16.5-minute mark of the final term. And it'll be their first since the 5-minute mark of the second term. Madden point-blank range. Are the Bombers storming home? They might be, as he puts it right through the centre. That's his first. And Essendon's 5th, and they go to 5-6-36. But they're trailing Hawthorn, who are 18-20, 128. 17 minutes gone, final term.
I suppose I've witnessed a few grand finals in my career as a footballer and as a football commentator, but never have I suffered the agony that I've suffered here this afternoon.
And can I tell you, Douglas, that never have I enjoyed the ecstasy as much as I have this afternoon either.
And you've never had any trouble thinking that Hawthorn would win this, Graham, have you?
Never at all,
You've been
Douglas.
very confident about it. Even went and left them for 8 weeks during the season, knowing full well you'd come back to this.
Right, there's the centre bounce. Merritt gets to tap down. Shark by Dippy Domenico. The kick under pressure wide to Judge, who tries to tap the ball further afield. Neagle is there, comes through, breaks the tackle from Brereton, then gets the hand pass away to Hawker. Hawkers goes for a run. He has a
Bradbury.
That's Bradbury, is it? Yeah, it's Bradbury. Sorry there, Douglas. The kick up under the half-forward line, and Madden has marked at centre-half forward.
Look out, McCarthy, you're in trouble. He might drag you from the ground, the coach. But you've done a fair job. I think you'll tolerate this.
Good run from Bradbury, Doug. I thought it looked a little bit like Hawker, the style of his runs, as Neagle gives him a little pat as he comes back. Official attendance, 110,332. 110,332 as Madden shoots for goal, but he's offline and has put it through for a behind. Simon Madden. Scoreboard reading, Hawthorn 18-20, 128 to Essendon 5-7-37, and that's not a bad crowd. 110,332.
O'Halloran goes for the short ball. Teammate out there getting the free kick. Robert Dippy Domenico in the back pocket. Kicks long back towards the wing position. And that's a good mark taken for Hawthorn by Kennedy. Hand pass to Judge. Judge will go back in towards the centre to Big Payton, who takes the mark in the circle, passes to Eade. Eade has his kick smothered well. Essendon fighting the game out. Bahagia gathers on the grandstand wing, looks for Walsh at centre half forward, and he takes the mark. He plays on, still runs around Mew, fires at goal, and he's put it through. Goal kick by Walsh. That's his first, and Essendon go to 6-7-43. Hawthorn 18-20, 128, 57-28, Douglas. They lead by 85 points. That's still a record margin at the 19.5-minute mark of the final term. Crowd, as Clark mentioned just a moment ago, 110,332. 110,332 for an aggregate total at the MCG for the three finals of 420,000 plus, and the three at VFL Park this year, 170,000 plus. That might tell a story.
From the centre bounce, it's Payton, the hand pass to Wallace. Wallace's high kick, it's a rainmaker towards Knights, who had the trainer out giving him some rosin before, but he can't mark. Breaking clear as Williams, runs right through the centre with aggressive play. Kicks up another half-forward line, and it's a mark.
Copping.
And it's Copping. Well, the Bombers finishing on, Douglas.
Yes, it's a rally, but it's a little late, isn't it?
Here's Copping now 35, 40 metres out from goal on an ever so slight angle. Stephen Copping comes in now, the drop punt kick on the way. Zidani's put it right through the middle. It's Copping now. That's 3 goals to Essendon in this term. But it's still Hawthorn. Hawthorn are 18-20, 128 to Essendon 7-7-49.
And those loyal supporters who have been through such agony this afternoon have still got the strength to wave a red and black flag.
Would you have it, Douglas?
I doubt it. My strength had ebbed well and truly long before this.
21 minutes gone, final term, and Hawthorn lead 128-49 as it's tucked forward for the Bombers. Putting his body in is Robertson. A good bit of shepherding by Di Domenico. The hand pass comes across to Wallace from Robertson. Wallace will drive the ball deep into attack to the leading Loveridge, and he takes the mark. Well left by Knights. Good understanding. Loveridge in the forward pocket. Goes back, pops in the pass when he was told by Knights to go back. O'Halloran comes down the ground and bangs it through for a goal and gets knocked out. Or is he delighted about kicking a goal? A bit of both, I think. And there's Rubber O'Halloran coming down the ground to put a goal on the board, and I don't think he's kicked too many in his career at Hawthorn. And they go to 19 goals, 20, 134. That was a quick reply by the Hawks, Doug. Yes. Essendon 7-7-49, almost 22 minutes gone in the final term.
Yes, he'd be very pleased with his game today to David O'Halloran, because he's been one Hawthorn player who has suffered a lot with injury during his football career, and it did look at times during this football season, because of the good form of Kelvin Moore at full-back, that his re-inclusion in the side would have been rather difficult, but it hasn't worked out that way. He's just persisted and made the most of his opportunity, and his game today, typical O'Halloran, nice and safe, reliable, and of course that goal would give him further satisfaction.
85 points lead now to Hawthorn, well on the way to that record break. Well, they've broken the record. As Byrne breaks clear off the left boot, kicks up another half-forward line. Matthews comes at Bradbury. He goes down. Could have been given the free kick. Picked up by Di Domenico. His kick into the full forward area. Van der Haar, the only one there to take the mark on his chest. Immediately kicks to the outer side of the ground. Foles is there, but Clayton is in the way, and Clayton takes the mark on his chest. Ayres coming back onto the ground as Brereton goes off. The kick from Clayton to the outer side of the ground to Hawker. Hawker steers the ball into the centre where he finds Kink. Kink over the top to Merritt. Merritt can run up to the edge of the centre square, but elects to go for the hand pass to half forward where he finds Wood. Wood, the long kick from half forward, and I think he's put it through for a goal. He has. A goal to Brian Wood. And the difference now 79 points. So the Hawks have to kick another goal to get that record margin for a grand final back. Hawthorn 19-20, 134 to Essendon 8-7-55. Of course, as we've mentioned, that record margin at 81 points when Richmond defeated Collingwood in 1980.
They've really tried, Robert Walls, haven't they, Essendon today, but they just haven't been nearly good enough.
No, you're right there, Doug. They've kept at it, which is good to see. And but you know, Hawthorn, I think they would have beaten anyone today.
Merritt gets the tap down, still trying to get the ball out of the centre. It comes out now to Neagle as umpire Smith blows the whistle to call for a bounce. What's the margin now, Clark? 79 points?
79 points.
What are we looking for? 81 plus?
Yep.
Merritt the big tap away, but Mew there to grab for Hawthorn. Spins away, gets a short distance kick back in towards the centre. Williams is well tackled by Payton. Tuck is there to take the ball away for Hawthorn. The lead is by Loveridge. The pass comes out in front of him. Bradbury is there to put pressure on Loveridge. He does. He's foxing for a free, knocks the ball through his legs, tunnel ball fashion. And it's close to the boundary line over there, but Tuck will get there. Then took his eye off the football, wondering whether he was close to the line. And there'll be
a free kick to Tuck.
For being grabbed when not in possession. It's a Hawthorn free by the movement of the umpires, Doug. And it's a Hawthorn, and the Hawthorn recipient of the free is Tuck, and not much nip and tuck today, David Mackay.
Plenty of nip and tuck, I disagree with that.
Plenty of nip and tuck, but not much nip and tuck out there as Knights had 3 to beat. It's fisted away. Hand pass comes from Bahagia. Essendon moving up the ground. Is it Williams getting the hand pass across? Foles, is it running with the ball? A couple of bounces on that southern stand wing. In towards centre half forward, kinked the target. Easily spoilt the ball, fisted away out to Carey. Carey will have a shot at goal. Should score something. No, Green dropping back. The ball just goes over his head and bounces through for a behind. That one kicked by Carey. Hawthorn 134, Essendon 56, 19, 21, 34 to 8, 8, 56. Just started time on in the final term. Straight down the ground goes Green, and Eade rather finds Loveridge at centre half back. He runs off after taking the mark, knights the target, flying over the top of Bradbury. Spoiler is Western, staying down is Tuck. Will gather, screw it back with the left boot. Matthews runs out. He hasn't kicked a goal in this final term. He needs one to equal the grand final record. Van der Haar gets a free and then is told to play on. Drives the ball back towards the wing position. There's a good mark for Hawthorn, taken by Mew.
Oh, he's been solid, hasn't he?
Alan Jeans is coming down with a delighted Tony Ferrugia and Brian Coleman, the Hawthorn chairman of selectors.
He might smile tonight, Jeansy, I think. I haven't seen a smile for 5 years, but I think he'll be grinning at the moment.
Just crack a wry one.
Breaking clear now out of defence is Terry Danaher. His high kick under pressure to half forward. Ezard is there, so too is McCarthy. He's taller, punches the ball away. The ball wide of centre. Carey loses the run of a chance for Copping. He traps it, scoops it back towards Wood. And that's right, there's a free kick and it's going to Wallace. Wood, Carey taking his time, giving the footy back. Green waiting for it. Green's on the wing. Coming at him is Clayton. In fact, Green handballed away, but looks like Green's got a leg injury, the right leg, bit of cramp.
Will do.
Gives the hand pass to Eade. Eade goes this away, then that away, and kicks up onto the half-forward line, and Madden goes up and pulls in a one-hander over Judge. And it looked ever so easy. Madden right in front of the members' stand. In defence, left half-back flank. Goes back off the left boot, kicks towards the wing, over the top of Kennedy. Wood is there, runs into O'Halloran. Ball rolling free, picked up by Wallace. The hand pass to Loveridge. Loveridge kicked to full forward, fisted away from Byrne by Van der Haar. Scrambly play. Eventually Bradbury gets it, gets the hand pass out into the open where Danaher tidies up. He's twisting and turning in the last line of defence. That nearly came unstuck, but Bradbury read play well to take the mark on his chest. Hand passes it to Foles. Folds the kick out of defence, just wide of centre. Nearly the mark there to Hawthorn's Mew, but Walsh taps it away. A pack develops just wide of centre, and umpire Kevin Smith says, my ball. Hawthorn 19-20, 134 to Essendon 8-8-56. Waiting for the ball to be bounced. There's the ball to be bounced, and it's Payton getting the tap down. He didn't know where it went. As Walsh tries to get clear of the ball, the crowd chanting Hawthorn, Hawthorn. They're probably wanting that record-breaking margin. They've still got to do it. I think, what is it? Still 78 points, the difference. As Dipier Domenico gives the free kick, chips in short, finds Payton at half forward. The big fellow takes off. The awkward kicking style to full forward. Knight's pushed out. But the umpire said no, a little bit of staging free there around the neck, and there's a free kick going Hawthorn's way, and it'll be Ken Judge. Ken Judge directly in front would be about 11 yards or metres, whatever you like to call it. It's not far out in front, and Ken Judge, who was selected on the bench, has kicked 1 goal too. Came on in the early part of the first quarter when Buckenara went off. And here he goes. He has a shot for goal, and he's put it through the middle. That's Judge's second goal. 2 goals to Judge, 6 to Matthews, 3 to Byrne, 2 to Loveridge and 2 to Green. They're the main goal kickers for Hawthorn. Hawthorn now 20-20, 140 to Essendon 8-8-56. 29 minutes gone last term.
84 points the margin in favour of Hawthorn, which would be a new record for a grand final. As Clark said, 29 minutes gone final term. 140 to 56. Symmetrical scoreboard, 20-20 and 8-8.
A what?
Symmetrical, all the things that were. Robert, you're a maths teacher. No, Scooter's the maths teacher. Here's Williams for Essendon taking the ball out of the centre. That's a nice long kick towards the forward pocket. Merritt running with the fight of the ball, takes the mark, plays on, runs in towards goal and fires, and bang, he's hit the post. Behind kick by Merritt.
Well, he's had some ecstasy and satisfaction in his football, hasn't he, in recent weeks? But by golly, he's had all the heartbreaks and bad luck that and thumping that can be in a footballer's career this afternoon.
Kennedy
along with
kicks
many of his
in
teammates.
to Green. Green goes back across the ground to Eade and on the other side. Walsh comes in. Eade cleverly knocks the ball away and across the line and out of bounds. As we come to 30 minutes final term, and Hawthorn lead by 83 points, and that is a record-winning margin for a grand final. Hawthorn 83-point winners, and the 83 grand final, the final term going 29 minutes and 59 seconds. Hawthorn 20 goals, 20, 140. Essendon 8, 9, 57. Who kicked the goals, Clarkie?
Well, the goal kickers for Hawthorn. Lee Matthews, 6 goals. Michael Byrne, 3 goals. Then we've got 2 goals to Richard Loveridge and Russell Green. Then we've got the singles to David O'Halloran, Terry Wallace, Michael Tuck, Peter Knights and John Kennedy. For the Bombers, the main goal kicker was Terry Danaher with 2. Then we've got singles to Alan Ezard, Kevin Walsh, Simon Madden, Stephen Copping, Rene Kink and Brian Wood. But the main goal kicker on the ground, Lee Matthews with 6. He didn't kick a goal in the last quarter. Michael Byrne with 3. Repeating the score, 1983 premiers, Hawthorn. Hawthorn 2020, 140 to Essendon 8,957, and the crowd was 110,332.
Let's go down to see Nick Kay, who's on the ground. Go, Nick.
Okay, thanks, Graham. We've got Rodney Eade here. Rod, how do you feel, mate?
Totally elated. It's an unbelievable feeling.
Easy game. Did you expect to win so easily?
Oh, not on the scoreboard. It was hard all day, though. It was hard physically, hard on the legs, and it's just great to win.
Okay, mate. Thanks a lot.
Thanks very much.
Go for your life, Nick. Is Gareth out there? Gareth, are you amongst the Essendon guys?
Okay, we'll keep on going.
Right, Nick. Final score as Nick is out on the ground trying to get amongst the elated Hawthorn band. Hawthorn with a record-winning margin of 83 points. Have kicked 20 goals, 21-40. Keep him open, Ray. To 8-9-57. Who have you got now, Nick? Can you get in there amongst any of the guys? Grab Knights. He's out on your side, I see.
Well, much to Essendon's credit, of course, they're still there. They've got to get their runners-up medal, which must be a bit difficult for them, but they're all in a little group.
They must stay there, Clark. Shane Hurd attempted to come off, but he was restrained by team manager Kevin Egan.
They don't get their medals, though, on the ground anymore, Clark. They get them at a later date, but they do go off in a short while. Very tight, elated band of Hawthorn guys out there. Nick, are you amongst them? What?